We're live. We're live. How is everyone doing? We are live. We are here. Wrestle News 365. It is Sunday, December 20th, and we are here starting off the WWE TLC 2020 watch along. We're actually like 10 minutes early. Usually I set these things about half an hour or so before the show goes on the air, but I start a little bit early because the kickoff show does have a match that was announced earlier today. So we're going to talk through the card. There is a lot to talk about when it comes to TLC, what to expect. Obviously, some big matches as well coming for tonight's show. What I do want to talk about as well before we get into the card, before we get into predictions, before we get into news, before we get into potential what we could see happen on tonight's show. What I did want to talk about is I've seen today, and this is just this always is so infuriating for me whenever we have these pay-per-view events. Is there've been certain journalists on social media today, wrestling journalists, that have been posting spoilers about tonight's event, but without any warning. Now, I understand that, look, spoilers are part of the game, spoilers are part of pro wrestling news, spoilers are a part of entertainment news, right? When it comes to movies, TV shows, pro wrestling, music, right? Any form of entertainment, there are spoilers. That is the world that we live in, unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen. That is just, it's par for the course, as they would say. I get it. What I don't like is scrolling through my Twitter timeline and then just seeing wrestling journalists just literally tell you things that are going to happen on tonight's show without any warning. Not a link to go to the website, not a so-and-so, this is going to happen, and it's very clickbaity. What I don't like is literally being told this is happening. And these are happening by really prominent journalists. These are happening by people that are very highly respected and have got lots of followers. And I think the thing that annoys me the most about it is they do it for, say, WWE tonight. But when it comes to maybe, say, AEW a couple of weeks ago, when it's Sting's debut, they don't mention that. And there's no doubt that they would have heard that beforehand. So I just think stuff like that, it's so weird. Pro wrestling is so territorial and I just don't understand it. I understand totally that you can be a fan of one company and not the other. But to the point of, like, there are plenty of people, maybe not loads if you look at the Raw ratings, but there are plenty of people that are probably excited and looking forward to watching TLC tonight, right? There are plenty of people that are excited. You know, it's nearly the end of the year. We're in the holiday season. Depending on where you are in the world, things maybe aren't going so well. We know the terrible year that's going on over here in the United Kingdom. There are a lot of people that Christmas has essentially been cancelled for them now. They might be staying up and looking forward to TLC, and yeah, it might not be an amazing show, but they're looking forward to it and they're trying to escape from reality for a few hours. And then they're scrolling through their timeline and then they see some journalists say, oh, by the way, this is going to happen without any warning. I mean, that doesn't seem particularly fair at all, does it? And I see that, and look, I'm not a pro wrestling journalist by any stretch of the imagination. I don't have sources. I don't make stuff up when it comes to news or anything like that. I'm just a fan. This is a fan channel. It's about bringing fans together, talking about pro wrestling, talking about WWE, AEW, Impact, you name it. If it's pro wrestling, we'll talk about it here on the channel. It's all about voicing opinion. And when I see these journalists just come out and just spoil a pay-per-view, I don't know for what narrative or what purpose it suits them. Maybe they don't want people to watch. Maybe they want people to complain before it's even gone on the air. I don't know. I just don't get it. I just don't get that kind of stuff. So I wanted to talk about that. We'll check the chat. SVH Hill says, like your channel. Really appreciate that. Bray Wyatt fans, I can't say the rest of your day or I'll get kicked off YouTube. He says, yes, his channel is awesome. Really appreciate that. Appreciate everyone that's subscribed recently. If you are new to the channel, be sure to subscribe. Click the bottom right hand corner. We talk about all things WWE, AEW, Impact Wrestling. We post daily news videos, talk about Impact Wrestling daily. Post daily videos here on the channel. Do watch alongs for pay-per-views like this. So if you do subscribe, bottom right hand corner, you won't miss a single thing. If you're excited about TLC tonight, if you're excited about the watch along tonight, be sure to smash a like on the like button as well. Dowlamo Moss says, what's up? I'm not too bad. How are you doing? Super chats are open as well tonight as well. So if you do want to contribute something to the channel, just click the dollar sign. We really do appreciate that. Let's talk about the card. Let's talk about the card, about what to expect for tonight for TLC. We've got an interesting card, to say the least, for tonight's show. Let's get the card up here. Now, we do have a match for the pre-show. That's why I went live a little bit early, because you never know with these pre-shows. By the way, actually, before we get into the card, an hour for this TLC kickoff show. Really not needed. Really not needed. I understand the hype. I understand, you know, they want to get people interested, and if they go live on YouTube or if they go live on whatever social media platform they're on, it does well, right? It does well and it gets people excited, and then maybe they'll come across it and they might subscribe to the network, or they might, purchase TLC on pay-per-view if anyone still does that. But an hour kickoff show for this pay-per-view, for a B-list pay-per-view at the end of the year, I don't think so. About that. Nevertheless, let's go into the card, because as I mentioned, there is a card in place for tonight. There is an interesting match for the pre-show, certainly, that we have an 8-man tag team match that has been announced for the pre-show. It's going to be from Friday Night SmackDown. We're going to have Big E teaming up with Daniel Bryan, Chad Gable, and Otis to face King Corbin, the Intercontinental Champion Sami Zayn, Cesaro, and Shinsuke Nakamura. Now, this is interesting about Nakamura, because he obviously ate that pinfall on Friday. There's been a lot of discussion on social media about Shinsuke Nakamura in 2016, 17, 18, 19, and 20, and just the difference of Shinsuke Nakamura. Man, Shinsuke Nakamura at the start of 2018 won the Royal Rumble, and I think we almost forget about that. It is sad. It is sad about what's happened to him, but this is nothing new. This is nothing new. I love that people are acting, Shinsuke Nakamura, he deserves so much better. He does deserve a lot better. He does. But he's just another name in that NXT system that when they get called up to the main roster, Vince McMahon, you're just missing something, pal. You're just missing something. We need to make some changes. We need to make some changes to you. And it's the same with Keith Lee. It's the same with Riddle. It's the same with Chad Gable. It's the same with all of these guys. They get called up from NXT to the main roster, and Vince McMahon has to build you in his own warped image, in his 70-year-old mind. He has to make those changes. And there is such a disconnect between Raw and SmackDown and NXT. It's crazy. It really is crazy to see that disconnect in what Vince McMahon perceives these NXT superstars to be. It is insane. So we've got that match. That is going to be interesting. Interesting when it comes to Daniel Bryan, because I think his team would have to win here, because obviously there have been rumors that he'll be facing Roman Reigns in January for the WWE Championship at the Royal Rumble. There were rumours at one point it was going to be Roman Reigns versus Daniel Bryan for the main event for TLC, for the WWE for the Universal Championship rather, but that hasn't obviously come to pass. Instead, it's Roman Reigns versus Kevin Owens. So let's go into the main card. We have a tag team match for the Raw Tag Team Championships. We have the New Day, of course, Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods defending against the Hurt Business. Tag team wrestling in WWE, I mean, it's been on life support for a long, long time, hasn't it? But at this point, is it actually dead? Because I've seen people going, well, the Hurt Business have to win this one, right? The Hurt Business have to win this one. Okay, cool. The Hurt Business win this one. Who do they feud with as a tag team on Raw? They'll feud with the New Day. There are literally like 2 tag teams on Monday Night Raw. That's about it. The tag team wrestling in WWE is so barren and so dead at this point that I really don't see the benefit of this match at all. Like, the Hurt Business will win, so then you've got 2 championships as part of the Hurt Business. You've got Bobby Lashley, the United States Champion. You'd have the Raw Tag Team Championships. Great. They will continue to feud with the New Day for months and months and months, the same way that the Street Profits feuded with Angel Garza and Andrade for months and months and months, because frankly, WWE doesn't care about tag team wrestling. It's not a priority of theirs. They don't care. So it's just repeats. It'll be repeat, repeat, repeat. When it comes to the Royal Rumble, do not be stunned if there is a match on that card that is the Hurt Business versus the New Day again. Or tomorrow night on Raw. Do not be stunned if we see the Hurt Business versus the New Day again, because that's going to get those ratings skyrocketing, right? We'll talk about ratings in a bit as well. We also have the SmackDown Women's Championship on the line. Women's Champion Sasha Banks defending against Carmella. Sasha Banks coming off that finale of The Mandalorian. Oh my gosh, by the way, what a finale that was. Insane. So good. So good. Interesting about that one, because obviously Sasha Banks, this has arguably been maybe her, of all the Women's Championship reigns she's had on the main roster so far, is it the longest and most successful so far? She actually has defended the title for the first time in her career. I wouldn't be stunned. I really, really wouldn't be stunned if they switched the title tonight and it will cause an uproar. I wouldn't be surprised. If if I'm going to make a prediction, I don't think Sasha Banks will lose, because I think of all of the momentum she has at the moment when it comes to the Mandalorian, the Star Wars universe. I mean, imagine being part of two just ultimately fanatical universes, the WWE universe and the Star Wars universe. Oh my gosh, insane, right? But I wouldn't be stunned. I would not be stunned because I don't know. I wouldn't be stunned if that title switched. I wouldn't be stunned at all. We have Roman Reigns defending the WWE Universal Championship against Kevin Owens in a tables, ladders, and chairs match. I did a preview for this one on the channel, so be sure to check that out. As I said there, I think Roman Reigns will retain. I don't think we'll see any world titles change hands tonight. Well, maybe. We'll touch on that, actually. But I think Roman Reigns will retain. Fantastic feud, right? Roman Reigns, best character on WWE TV right now. By far, best thing going on WWE TV. Best booked, best promos, best matches. Top heel in the company, arguably the top heel in the business. Roman Reigns is just, next level stuff. It really is. It's the thing that's truly fantastic about Friday Night SmackDown right now. It's superb. But Kevin Owens also, holding in his own tremendously. Top talent. Again, it shows how valuable he is to WWE in the sense that Kevin Owens, look at his year. 2020, realistically, what's Kevin Owens done? Yes, he was feuding with Seth Rollins, which felt like a million years going into 2020. Had the match at WrestleMania, disappeared because of an injury. And then for a long time, he didn't do a lot apart from doing these KO shows occasionally on Raw. Drafted to SmackDown, not doing a lot. And then he can just go straight into the main event picture. No problems, no dramas. Go straight into the main event picture. He's a credible challenger. He's a credible person for Roman Reigns to feud with. He absolutely holds his own. And I think, I mentioned it before, that there were rumours about Roman Reigns facing Daniel Bryan come January for the Universal Championship at the Royal Rumble. But I could see this going the same way that Roman Reigns' feud with Jey Uso went, in the sense that it was a feud that was only meant to be 1 month. It was only meant to be Roman Reigns versus Jey Uso for Clash of Champions, and it was so good they had to carry it on, and they had to move it over to Hell in a Cell as well, and they had that fantastic Hell in a Cell match. I wouldn't be stunned if the same things happens here. I wouldn't be surprised. This Roman Reigns versus Kevin Owens feud has been so critically acclaimed, so good, that eventually they just go, you know what, it's too good just to have one pay-per-view match. We'll have to do it again in January at the Royal Rumble. And I think back to their match at the Royal Rumble, was it 2017? Universal Championship, but it was on Raw for the Tomato Bout, the Red Championship at that time. Kevin Owens versus Roman Reigns. Was it Last Man Standing or something like that? And it might have been Jericho in a shark cage as well. All kind of gimmicks. It was an awesome match. So I'm down for them to do it tonight and again at the Royal Rumble. I really wouldn't mind that at all. We also have the WWE Women's Tag Team Championships on the line. Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler defending against Raw Women's Champion Asuka and a mystery opponent after, of course, Lana was pulled from TLC after the injury angle they did this week. Now, I think most people know who it's probably going to be. I have my guesses. And we also know who it's probably going to be because it's been spoiled all over the timeline on social media today. So I'm not going to say once again who I think it is. I think most people know who it's going to be. You can say in the live chat or in the comments who you think it's going to be, but if I think everyone knows who it's going to be. Nevertheless, people have the predictions, right? People had their predictions, and again, I don't want to start on the same rant that I was doing 5-10 minutes ago, but it's worth repeating. People knew who they thought it was going to be, and most people knew who it probably was going to be. What we didn't need is to have, like I said, these prominent journalists just literally just bang saying the name, just the first name, and if you say the first name, you know exactly who they're talking about. And again, they wouldn't do it for another company, but they're trying to. I don't know. It's very rare to find, especially in pro wrestling journalism, it's very rare to find unbiased journalism. Everyone has an agenda. That's how, well, not just pro wrestling journalism, that's how journalism works. Everyone talks to the companies talk back. You say nice things about us, we'll say nice things about you. You say nice things or give us information, we'll make sure we treat you well. That's how it works. It's exchanging of information. It's a very seedy business, the journalism industry, just in general, not only in pro wrestling. That's how it works. And but when I see stuff like, look, at the end of the day, we're all fans. At the end of the day, most people watch TLC or they watch pro wrestling to be entertained. And maybe I'm different in the sense that I don't really want to see all the spoilers beforehand, especially on the day of the pay-per-view. So if you're going to do it, at least say, look, spoiler warning, blah, blah, blah. Don't just say outwardly who it's going to be without any warning. I just don't think that's on, to be honest. We also have a FireFly Inferno match, the first ever FireFly Inferno match. We have the Fiend Bray Wyatt going up against Randy Orton. Now, what is a FireFly Inferno match? We did a preview earlier on the channel talking about this, and a lot of people have different opinions as to what this is going to be. A lot of people think that potentially it could be an Inferno match, in the sense that the Inferno matches of the Attitude Era. The last official Inferno match was 2006 Armageddon, MVP versus Kane. The way to win that match is to set your opponent on fire. Now, you have to remember that this is 2020. WWE is still PG, and it's still a publicly traded billion-dollar company. I just can't see them doing a match where they would want to have someone set on fire. The most recent match similar to this, where they had fire surrounding the ring, was 2013 and the Ring of Fire match at SummerSlam. That did involve Bray Wyatt and the aforementioned Kane. Essentially, it was fire surrounding the ring, and the way to win the match was by pinfall or submission. I think it's probably going to be the same here. We're actually kicking off a match on the kickoff show now. The 8-man tag team match. So we'll start on the discussion about that in a second, but we'll run through the rest of the card quickly. We also have the WWE Championship match, tables, ladders, and chairs. Drew McIntyre defending the WWE Championship against AJ Styles. Of course, has Omos in his corner. I mentioned this on the preview that I did here on the channel. Expect Drew McIntyre to retain. AJ Styles is filling the exact same role that Kevin Owens is for the Roman Reigns feud, is that it's someone that's credible, that can slot straight in to a WWE or Universal Championship program in a B-list pay-per-view and seem completely credible, make their opponent look great, and set them up for the future plans for 2021 and Royal Rumble and WrestleMania season. So that's the card. We've just got some entrances going on right now for this 8-man tag team match. We've got Daniel Bryan's just made his way to the ring, and now we have the entrance of Chad Gable and his, what do you call it, protege, Otis? Because Chad Gable's been coaching Otis. Thank God Chad Gable's once again called Chad Gable. The Shorty G thing, I mean, not to really beat a dead horse, because that thing is dead and it's a lot better off left in the past, because that Shorty G thing was horrendous. The thing that frustrates me the most, to be honest, about the whole Shorty G thing is that it was never good. It was never going to be good. That's the thing that always baffled me about the Shorty G element, was that as soon as everyone heard it, everyone went, that's terrible. But I think that maybe arguably the scariest thing about the whole Shorty G situation was that Vince McMahon genuinely, no joke, no banter, no puns or anything like that, Vince McMahon genuinely thought Shorty G was a good gimmick to get Chad Gable over. Again, it's this NXT thing that he has. Oh, they're missing something. They're missing something. They need something. How does Chad Gable need Shorty G to get over? It's not 1985. It's ridiculous. And even now, we just see Big E make his entrance. He's got the chalk and he's coming to the ring. But they've got Otis. What do they call him? The blue collar brawler. Oh, I hear that and I cringe. How is that meant to get someone over? Honestly, I mean, seriously, how is that meant to get someone over? Because, I mean, your guess is as good as mine. It really is. We see King Corbin making his entrance now. Now, of course, he's accompanied by the Knights of the Lone Wolf, they're calling him. Obviously, the two members of the Forgotten Sons, Steve Cutler and Wesley Blake. King Corbin's ring attire there looks like Harley Quinn. And to be a court jester. I'm not sure that's never very king-like, is it? The gimmick of King Corbin, you know that I hate, I detest. If you've seen the channel before, you know that first of all, the King gimmick in general, the idea that the King of the Ring winner has to then decide to have this transformation, that they have a crown, a scepter, and a cape, and they call themselves the King, is baffling. The only person to pull it off in modern times, the last 15 years or so, is King Booker T, because he was so over the top, he was so ridiculous, he managed to pull it off. That was the only person to ever pull it off. And they've tried it with King Barrett, King Sheamus, now King Corbin. It's never worked because it's stupid. It's a gimmick that's stuck in the 1980s, like I said before. The issue with that about the whole King gimmick and all that kind of stuff is that they knew it didn't work in the Attitude Era, right? In the Attitude Era, what happened if you won King of the Ring? Nothing. Ken Shamrock won King of the Ring. They just went. He just got bragging rights. Why? Because he won a tournament of the best in WWE. Same with Edge. He got a trophy. Same with Brock Lesnar. Did you think about putting Brock Lesnar in a crown, carrying a scepter, wearing a cape? Of course you didn't. It's such a ridiculous concept that you're one king of the ring. Now you're a king. Talk about kiss of death. Honestly, every time I think about it, it makes me angry. Here comes Sami Zayn. He's got his Sammy Awards as well. I thought that was great. I loved the concept of the Sammy Awards. Sami Zayn, he's just, as a promo, as a character, this man, he really is something else. He really is something else. I love me some Sami Zayn. I thought his suit that he was wearing on SmackDown, his slicked over hair and his long hair, big long beard. Sami Zayn is just, he is next level. Sami Zayn loses his own award to Big E on SmackDown. I thought that was great. Sami Zayn, he said it, he's just tremendous. He's just tremendous. I talked about Roman Reigns being one of the best things at SmackDown. Sami Zayn is something else as well. He's absolutely fantastic. Such a character. Now, will he ever be world champion in WWE? You know, I don't know. I really don't know. But I just don't know if I could see Vince McMahon going that far. But Sami Zayn is perfect, I think, in the role that he is right now. Intercontinental champion, just such a great heel. And they did this this parody. This was great as well, of Sami Zayn shouting at staff workers backstage of WWE. It's a parody of the Tom Cruise thing. That's come out of the last week with Tom Cruise shouting at the people on the Mission Impossible set. It's great. It's great. It's so good. It's so well done. I mean, I love it. I absolutely love it. Ian Thompson says in the chat, have they moved to the field because they are still in the Amway Center? No, they moved to Tropicana Field a couple of weeks ago, Ian. I know what you mean. That's a great shirt as well, Sami Zayn. I'm the Intercontinental Champion. No, they moved to the Tropicana Field a couple of weeks ago. It wasn't this week's SmackDown. It was the SmackDown prior. They moved to Tropicana Field, and to be honest, it's quite disappointing, isn't it? Because they moved to Tropicana Field in St. Petersburg, Florida, and I think many people, myself included, were thinking, right, you've got this stadium, this dome that has a capacity of something, was it like 50, 60,000 people? This is going to be the WWE ThunderDome times 100. It's going to be so big. We're going to have pyrotechnics, lasers. We're going to have the virtual WWE universe there inside the ThunderDome, but we're going to have the, times 50 more fans in there with all of these LED screens, these virtual screens. And then SmackDown happened at the Tropicana Field, and it was exactly the same. There was no difference. The ThunderDome is just that. It's a traveling arena that looks exactly the same wherever it goes. And that's really disappointing. I think they did have an opportunity to do something really creative. You talk about as we head into WrestleMania season, or start in 2021, the Royal Rumble, the road to WrestleMania, right? And the ratings going down for Raw. You could have done something different. You hear these reports about WWE, they want to do a reset, they want to do a refresh when it comes to Monday Night Raw in 2021 because the ratings are so sucky. Well, you had an opportunity to do a refresh. You had an opportunity to do a reset when it comes to the Thunderdome. You changed locations and you didn't do it. Again, WWE are their own worst enemy when it comes to stuff like this. Todd0864 says Sammy needs a heel theme. I know what you mean, but his theme I think works both ways. As a babyface, his theme is catchy and dance. I guess you would want to dance to it, cheer to it, or whatever. But when he comes out as a heel to that theme, it just comes across as really obnoxious, and I think that works really well as well. So let's focus on the match a little bit here because I've been talking non-stop. I love the sound of my own voice. Chad Gable's just tagging in Daniel Bryan, and now Daniel Bryan's going to come in, and he's on the second rope. He's going to jump and bang. Double axe handle to the elbow, to the arm of Cesaro. Daniel Bryan's going to work over the arm of Cesaro here, work over the elbow, over his shoulder. Daniel Bryan with that haircut, I'm still adjusting to it. Still adjusting to that haircut. I don't know how I feel about it. It's pretty. I guess it's pretty slick. I mean, you can tell by my hair. I mean, I need a haircut, but Daniel Bryan doing his classic flip over the top. He's going to go for the running clothesline, hits it on Cesaro. Imagine you had Cesaro, just Daniel Bryan, just the possibilities of Cesaro are just endless, aren't they? I remember that report come out recently about the WWE writers were asked, name some underrated people in WWE that we could do something with, and universally everyone said Cesaro. It's a crying shame, Cesaro's WWE career. Of course, look, he's been incredibly successful, multiple-time tag team champion, United States champion, but the guy is a freak athlete. He could have done, he still can do absolutely anything. He could be a world champion. He could do whatever. And it just, every time you see him, you just feel like you missed the boat with him. And that he's in a tag team with Shinsuke Nakamura as well. It's like WWE know. WWE know that they're underutilized. WWE know that they're underrated and not used, and they could be so much more. Let's put them in a tag team and call them underappreciated. Why? It's such a bugbear of mine as well. It's a huge bugbear of mine as well, is when you have people like Nakamura and Cesaro in a storyline, and then they're scripted in the storyline to talk about how underappreciated and underrated they are. You know that they're underrated. You're saying it in the storyline, so why don't you do anything about it in the actual real life? It's baffling. It's baffling, right? Why would you script to say that people are so underrated when, if they're underrated, surely you should do something about them, not script that they're really underrated? Baffling. Sami Zayn's in the ring though now. Sami Zayn's working over Daniel Bryan, right hand to the face of Daniel Bryan. That shirt with that Sami Zayn's wearing is absolutely spectacular. It's so plain. It just says, it's black with white letters. It just says, I am the Intercontinental Champion. It is perfect. It is Sami Zayn encapsulated. Fantastic. King Corbin's now in. He's working over Daniel Bryan. He's got him hanging over the top rope. He's going to do some forearms to the lower back of Daniel Bryan. Some kidney shots by King Corbin. Again, I don't get that gear. He really looks like a court jester. Does not look like a king at all. Looks totally like a court jester. CVH Hill says, will Cesaro ever be champion, or have WWE missed the boat with him? Look, they could do something with Cesaro tomorrow. Mark Henry became WWE World Heavyweight Champion for the first time, I believe, in his 40s. He'd been with the company at that point, when was that, 2011? He'd been with the company for like 15 years. He'd been with the company 15 years before he became WWE World Heavyweight Champion for the first time. So you can never, it's cliche and you can never say never. You really can't ever say never when it comes to Cesaro, because WWE might decide tomorrow that they think that Vince McMahon might wake up tomorrow and go, what are we doing with Cesaro? Why aren't we doing anything with Cesaro? And then give him the world title. He could do that. And people will say, oh, that's never going to happen. It's very unlikely, but Vince McMahon is a weird and crazy man. But I agree with you. Cesaro is criminally underrated, underused, and is capable of so much more. And you wonder, when the ratings are going down, that you're misutilizing people like that. Is that a word? It's crazy. Daniel Bryan's going to the top rope, though. Shotgun missile drop kick from the top. I'm surprised he still does that. With his history of concussions, every time he does it, it looks like he bangs his head on the canvas. It's ridiculous. Sami Zayn's looking to pull Big E off the apron, though. Big E's not having any, but it's going to chase him through the Thunderdome. Here we go. Big E chasing Daniel Bryan down. Uppercut by Cesaro. Oh, and a rolling senton by Chad Gable off the apron onto Cesaro. Looks like Daniel Bryan, here we go, he's going to tag in Otis. Here comes Otis. See how that PC train has been working. Clothesline, reverse elbow to Shinsuke Nakamura. Talk about criminally underrated Nakamura. Here we go. Bang, a flapjack. Version of a flapjack by Otis to Shinsuke Nakamura there. Looks like Otis is going to go for a corner splash. Hits it on Nakamura. Otis, when he gets a hot tag, man, he's great. He's great when he gets a hot tag. If you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe, bottom right hand corner. If you're excited for TLC, smash a like on that like button as well, really to help us out, as Otis hits the caterpillar on Shinsuke Nakamura there. Chad Gable's given Otis some tips and advice from the apron as well. He's tagged in Gable. Looks like we might see some form of a double team here from Chad Gable and Otis. Otis going to hit the ropes. Nakamura fights out. Kick to the face of... kick to the face, sort of. Oh, beautiful. A reverse kick by Shinsuke Nakamura to Chad Gable. That was nice. In comes Cesaro. Gut wrench. Cesaro just picked him up like he was nothing. And a gut wrench. We look like a powerbomb here. Oh my god. It was a gut wrench jackknife powerbomb. Beautiful by Cesaro. Really like that move. In comes Nakamura though. And Otis is going to throw Nakamura out of the ring like he's nothing. In comes King Corbin. Looks like a spine buster. Almost a double A style. Beautiful. In comes Daniel Bryan though. His match turned into a bit of a cluster. Running knee by Daniel Bryan to King Corbin. In comes Cesaro. Bang! Elevated uppercut. Love that move. Here comes Chad Gable. That looks like a bit of a Chaos Theory German suplex. Can he hit it? Oh my God, that's unbelievable. Unbelievable by Chad Gable. He hit the Chaos Theory rolling German suplex, but Cesaro kind of got caught and he just deadlifted Cesaro into midair. Absolutely spectacular. They're both down in the ring. Sami Zayn wants to be tagged in now. He's reaching over the ropes. Sami Zayn's tagged himself in. In comes Sami Zayn. He's had enough of it. It looks like he's going to go for a blue thunderbomb on Chad Gable. Flips out though, Gable. Rolls through. Tags in Big E. Here we go. And it's Big E and Sami Zayn. And Sami Zayn's got nobody to tag out of. And Big E's going to go... Oh, we got Sami Zayn up for the big ending. Sami Zayn... Oh, was that a haluva kick? He's going to go for a second one. Sami Zayn's going to go for another haluva kick. Oh, my God. Uranagi in the corner. This is going to be it, I think. Big E's got Sami Zayn up. Here we go. Big ending. And I think this is going to be it. 1, 2, 3. And Big E has just pinned the Intercontinental Champion, Sami Zayn. Could we see an Intercontinental Championship reign for Big E in the future? I wouldn't be against it. I want Big E to win the Royal Rumble. I think Big E's got to be a bit of an underdog for the Royal Rumble. I think people might not be talking about Big E when it comes to Royal Rumble, but you know, Big E, Roman Reigns, I'd be down for it for WrestleMania. It's not going to happen. I think Roman Reigns is going to be facing Goldberg, unfortunately, at WrestleMania. Kevin A. Bruce says, I hope the low ratings wake up Mr. McMahon and give a better Raw show. Well, we can all hope, Kevin. We can all hope, but I think at this point, look, I've been watching WWE since I was like 5 years old. That's over 20 years. I've been watching WWE for that long. The amount of times that I've heard the ratings are low, Vince McMahon's going to shake things up. The amount of times I've heard Vince McMahon's going to do this or we're going to change this to up the ratings. The things that I've heard about TLC tonight, right? You've probably seen them yourself. The amount of things we've seen for TLC tonight. TLC, oh, we're going to have these reactionary changes. Possibly this is going to happen. Possibly this title is going to change hands. Possibly this return. And this is going to fix things. Not one thing is going to fix Monday Night Raw. It just isn't going to happen like that. The problems when it comes to Monday Night Raw are fundamentally deeper than one creative idea, one return, one title change. Just because they switch titles, does that mean Monday Night Raw is going to suddenly be viewed by 4 million people live every single week? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Now, regardless of what happens tonight for TLC, would that maybe give a little bit of a nice bump to the live Raw ratings tomorrow? I mean, maybe. But realistically, no. Even if the ratings go up tomorrow, right? Even if they go up tomorrow by 100,000, 200,000 live viewers, it doesn't mean anything because in a couple of weeks' time, they'll be even lower. There'll be a new all-time low. There is always a new all-time low for Monday Night Raw. The only thing Raw about Monday nights is its name. That is the only thing Raw about it. It's not must-see TV. There is nothing must-see about it. It's a 3-hour show that you can watch in 3 minutes the following day on YouTube and realize you didn't miss a single thing. Why would you stay up and watch it? Why would you? Why would you commit 3 hours of your time to doing that? There's no point. Not many people do. Not many people do live anyway. That 1.5 million viewers, they don't. Not many people do watch Monday Night Raw anymore because there's no point. 3 hours? Are you kidding me? When you can watch it in 3 minutes the next day or DVR it and watch it in an hour or an hour and a half and skip through the repeats, the recaps, the boring stuff, the in-ring promos that last 20 minutes that go on way too long and make no sense, the bad comedy, the 24/7 stuff. I mean, there is so much to unpick when it comes to Monday Night Raw that's bad. It's crazy. It's crazy. So the idea that, oh, we might see a title change tonight, or we might see a return, or we might see this creative idea tonight, tomorrow on Raw. We might see Mr. McMahon come out. The last time we saw Mr. McMahon at Survivor Series, it looked like his face was painted on. It was horrendous. And he said WWF for the first time in like 18 years. I don't even know if he knows what company he's working at this point. So is Vince McMahon got the golden idea when it comes to this? Of course he doesn't. Of course he doesn't. And there's not one idea to fix Raw. There isn't. There is so many issues with Monday Night Raw. And to be honest, I will not be surprised in the slightest, if in a week, a couple of weeks, or even this time next year, we'll have the same conversation. Raw is an all-time low. Why? Because we have the same conversation every year. every year on multiple occasions. 2 years ago we had it. Raw was an all-time low, and then the McMahons came out, right? Vince McMahon, Shane McMahon, Triple H, Stephanie McMahon. We haven't been doing a good job lately. Well, if you weren't doing a good job then, what are you doing now? Because it's way, way worse. That record low that forced them to come out was just over 2 million live viewers. Raw would kill for 2 million live viewers at the moment. It was 1.5 million live viewers this week. So if they weren't doing a good job then, they're doing a horrific job right now. So there is no one thing that will change it. There is no one thing that will change it. And the reports that, Vince McMahon is shocked by this, and WWE officials get the message, and USA Network is furious, they want more adult content, that is great, but they are just stories. They are just stories at the end of the day. And we have heard that story over and over and over and over again. And you know, it's very easy to lose viewers, right? It's so easy to lose viewers. I think everyone has watched a TV show that they might have stuck around with, or a TV series. They watch for a few episodes in a series, and then they just go, you know what, this is rubbish. They turn it off. It's easy to lose viewers. It's so hard to win them back. So hard to win them back and say, you know what, you should give it another try. I've had conversations with people before, not about pro wrestling, but about other TV shows that I like, and I'll talk to them, I'll go, this was great, and they'll go, you know what, I watched it for a couple of episodes and I just couldn't get into it, so I stopped watching it. You have to almost then do a pitch, right? You have to say to them, no, it gets really good, you got to stay with it, a couple of episodes in, it gets really, really good, you should stay with it, it's great. You have to work, you have to convince them. So the TV show has to do that, Raw has to do that itself. And I just don't see it. I just don't see it. So, I mean, I could be wrong, but ultimately, you know, I don't see it. I've heard it all before. We all have heard it all before, you know, and if you keep going back to it, and if you keep giving WWE the credit that they will fix it, I mean, more shame on us, right? More shame on us, because look, I'm a pro wrestling fan. I'm part of that group, that 1.5 million people. I don't watch it live, by the way, because it starts at 1 a.m. in the morning over here in the UK, and 3 hours, I think I would go insane. You know, sleep is better. Sleep genuinely is better. If it was a good show, it'd be worth the wait. It'd be worth it. It'd be like, yeah, screw it, I can catch up on that 3 hours sleep at any other time. But it's not worth it. It's not worth it. And yes, I'm going to be one of those fans that always watches it. It's not going to be live, so I don't count as a live viewer. And quite frankly, when it comes to the ratings, when they talk about it in the United States, I don't count anywhere. I'm over here in the UK. But, you know, if I was in the United States, would I tune in from 8 to 11 every week? It'd be tough. It would be really tough. It's a tough sell. It's a very tough sell. It really is. So, I don't know. Let's check out some of the comments. So, Nunn says, it's not just the McMahons don't care what the fans want. It's that the McMahons haven't cared for so long. They don't watch other stuff. They don't know what the fans might want. Todd says, how about Otis wins the next King of the Ring, makes Corbin irate, and a feud between them where Otis is somehow just keeps coming out on top. Nunn says, I honestly think the McMahons would love to have the fans happy. It's just the McMahons literally don't know what to make the fans happy. Well, I think that's a good point. They are out of touch. We've heard, how many times have we heard it, that Vince McMahon's out of touch. He surrounds himself with sycophantic yes men that will only tell him what he needs, what he wants to hear, not what he needs to hear. It's a big difference. Nunn says they have no outside influences, only their own stuff. And it's just they live in a bubble with no interest in outside ideas, new thinking, etc. They don't know this stuff. Well, Eric Bischoff, very interesting. He did an interview, I think it was with Digital Spy over here in the UK, and he was asked about his run as SmackDown, that brief run, executive director of SmackDown, and he said, look, it's the same, it's different people doing the exact same stuff, and if you pitched him, maybe we should do this differently. Maybe we should shoot the TV a little bit differently, because fundamentally, the way they shoot TV is exactly the same as how they shot it in the Attitude Era. You know, backstage, this infuriates me when they do those backstage vignettes, segments, whatever, these backstage promos. It's a one camera shot. That's not a TV show. Do something different. I remember, I mean, it might not have been amazing watch, but Impact Wrestling in like 2011, 2010, the multicam setup, and it was kind of a bit like the Office sitcom. I thought that was great. I thought that was fascinating. Do something different. You know, it's 2020, nearly 2021. Let's do something different. So the pay-per-view is just about to go on the air. We're having the cold open right now. What are your predictions for TLC? If you are new to the channel, of course, be sure to subscribe, bottom right-hand corner. We do daily videos talking all things about WWE, AEW, Impact Wrestling. We talk about news. We talk about storylines. We talk about the latest drama in the world of pro wrestling, all that fun stuff. We post daily videos here on the channel. We do watch-alongs like this, so if you are new, be sure to subscribe, bottom right-hand corner. If you are excited about TLC, be sure to smash a like on the like button. Let me know your predictions in the live chat as well. Let's get some predictions going, because I'm excited to see what WWE has to offer tonight. It has been a very controversial week, to say the least, when it comes to WWE. The best they can do at this point is give us a good show, right? Is it going to get the viewers back from Monday Night Raw tomorrow? I don't think so. But at this point, the best they can do is give us a good show, right? That's the thing. That's the thing. Todd says it's 7 to 10 p.m. for me in my time zone. None says exactly. It's the WWE method, and no one varies from it. It's so formulaic. I agree. So what matches are we looking forward to the most? I'm fascinated to see what this FireFly Inferno match looks like, what the rules are. Have they officially announced the rules for that yet? I don't think they have. Which that could mean that they don't know themselves, right? That could be a situation there. Let's not rule that out as well. I wonder what we'll be kicking off with as well. I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, we've got 2 TLC matches for both World Championships tonight. I mean, I wouldn't be shocked if we started off with a TLC match. Personally, I think we could also, if it is legitimately a match, the FireFly Inferno match with fire surrounding the ring, then potentially, I suppose, we could see that match kick off the show, considering the setup. That's why they've done it before. Brian says, Tier 4 lockdown, so can't go see my family for Christmas, so man's bought some new Air Max shoes. I'm sorry to hear that, Brian. Yeah, over here in the UK, basically Christmas has been cancelled yesterday. We were in a tier system over here, so depending on what part of the country you were, what region, you might be in a different tier, Tier 1, Tier 2, Tier 3, Tier 4. Each one has, as you go up the tiers, has varying restrictions, and a lot of people were put into Tier 4 yesterday. Luckily, where I am right now, we're in Tier 2, but the issue is with us in Tier 2 is that essentially we are surrounded by people that are in Tier 4. I'm going to be in Tier 4 very soon. I think it's very, very likely. So Christmas, unfortunately, yes, is cancelled. What a terrible year. What a terrible year. 2020 is a garbage fire of a year. We're glad to see the back of it. But we can all we can do is be kind to each other, be nice to each other. That's what this channel's about as well. Just trying to link up with people that like pro wrestling as much as we all do. Get involved with the community. As I said, with our daily videos, especially with these things when we go live. We do go live occasionally. The more, if you guys like this sort of stuff, we'll go live more often as we're having TLC go on the air. A lot of pyro. Look at that. Love a bit of pyro. Yeah, it's a bit it's tough. It's a tough time at the moment. It's a real tough time at the moment. But hey, look, if we can provide a bit of escapism and enjoy a bit of pro wrestling, then I'm all for it. I'm all for it. Man, ton of pyro there in Tropicana Field inside the WWE ThunderDome in St. Petersburg, Florida. Let me turn up the volume so I can actually hear what's going on. So we got Tom Phillips welcoming us to TLC, which means it's going to be a Raw match kicking off the show. It's going to be interesting to see what the first match is. There we go. I was right. It is going to be the WWE Championship is going to be kicking us off. The WWE Championship is going to be what is kicking us off here. Again, it's what I thought was going to happen. The reason I said I thought this was going to happen, it's the same way that when we have these gimmick pay-per-views, if you have, for instance, Hell in a Cell, when you have Hell in a Cell and you have three Hell in a Cell matches per show, you can't have them back to back in the main event, so it forces you to kick off the show. So we have a situation where the WWE Championship match is kicking off the show. Realistically, should it be kicking off the show? I don't know if it really should. I mean, Drew McIntyre, it sucks for him. How many pay-per-view main events has he had as WWE Champion? I mean, he main evented against Roman Reigns, main evented against Randy Orton. I believe that's it, though. I might be wrong. I suppose technically when he won the WWE Championship from Brock Lesnar, that was a main event. But as WWE Champion, what's he had? Two main events, I think. Eric says AJ for the win. Interesting. I mean, I can't see AJ winning this one. I really can't. I don't know, reactionary changes. We've heard those things, right? Reactionary changes. WWE is considering making reactionary changes, maybe switching the title. I know there's been lots of discussion about cash-ins and stuff like that. Could we see The Miz cash in? Absolutely a possibility. Absolutely a possibility. And I know there have been rumours about it. Again, this is my rationale when it comes to The Miz, because we're seeing a recap video about this AJ Styles Drew McIntyre feud at the moment. By the way, we're 6 minutes in and we're already seeing a recap video. Great. But if The Miz cashes in, I know WWE might think it's, again, a reactionary decision. They think if The Miz cashes in, it's the WWE Championship, that's for Raw. If The Miz cashes in, people will be excited, people will be buzzing. They'll tune into Raw tomorrow night, they'll be excited. That's great, but what about next week? What about the week after? Yes, you might pop a rating tomorrow, and I say pop a rating, you might get nearly 2 million people. WWE would kill for 2 million people. I would think it's actually probably closer to 1.7, 1.8 million live viewers. If they did, they'll be high-fiving each other going, see, it's not that bad, but that's 1 week. In the grand scheme of things, if it's still 1.7 or 8 million viewers, a couple of years ago it was 3 or 4. What happened? And I know people consume content differently, and I know a lot of people are watching TV at the moment. But still, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Brian says, hope you enjoyed that 6-2 win today. Oh, you know I did, Brian. It's craziness. I mean, Brian's referencing some football over here in the UK, but yeah, that was awesome. That was awesome. As we're seeing a recap video at the moment, or a promo package, hyping up this Drew McIntyre AJ Styles match that's going to kick off TLC for the WWE Championship, tables, ladders, and chairs match. What are your predictions? I'm going to say Drew McIntyre retains. Of course, as I mentioned, there is some discussion about The Miz possibly cashing in the Money in the Bank briefcase. It's a possibility, but we'll have to wait and see. Of course, if you are new to the channel, be sure to subscribe. Bottom right hand corner. Really appreciate everyone that has subscribed recently. And be sure to smash a like as well. Smash a like if I've seen that. I just checked on Twitter because it's always good to pay attention to what the social media world is perceiving is going on when it comes to pay-per-views and TV shows, especially with WWE. But I was just checking Twitter then, and there's some people going, I can't believe WWE is having the WWE Championship match kick off Hell in a Cell. Like I said, this is the problem. Why book 2 TLC matches for the same show? Why can't this be a ladder match? Why can't it be a tables match? Right? I would have thought the best thing to do for a TLC pay-per-view, for any gimmick pay-per-view, is that the gimmick is the main event. Right? You don't do the gimmick like 5 times. That's why I don't get. But I mean, I hate the Hell in a Cell pay-per-view concept anyway, because I think the Hell in a Cell concept should just be a feud-ending match. So I hate the idea of just having a Hell in a Cell to be an actual event. I really hate having Hell in a Cell be 3 matches on the show. It's the same with these tables, ladders, and chairs. Why have 2 TLC matches in the same show? It just makes it difficult for the workers as well. Obviously, we've got Omos there. Now, he's, 7'4", I think? I remember a spot. I don't know if you recall it, with Chris Jericho, when he was teaming with The Big Show, and they were feuding against DX. They actually had a TLC match at Tables, Ladders, and Chairs in 2009. They did a spot where, essentially, Chris Jericho climbed onto the shoulders of The Big Show and tried to reach the championship. Is it out of the realm of possibility here? Now, I don't know if this is the case. This is just me predicting. Is it out of the realm of possibility that AJ Styles will try and get on the shoulders of Omos and try and reach the WWE Championship in this match? If that is the case, you heard it here first. You can clip this, and I am a sidekick. I wouldn't be stunned. With that. I could see them absolutely doing that spot. Here comes Drew McIntyre, though. He's just put the sword into the stage and the fire's burning up and all that sort of stuff. He's got some sort of cool gauntlets around his wrists as well. Drew McIntyre as well is actually on an episode of the Broken Skull Sessions with Stone Cold Steve Austin that's on the network at the moment. So I only started watching maybe the first 5-10 minutes of it before I actually went on live here for the kickoff show. So I'll probably watch that afterwards, to be honest, as I drift off into the land of slumber after this. It's currently nearly 10 past midnight over here in the UK. But be sure to check that out as well, because I'm no doubt it's good. Those Steve Austin Broken Skull sessions on the WWE Network, they're fantastic. They're very, very good. Don't know if they beat the live podcast. I really enjoyed the Steve Austin live podcast. Drew McIntyre is actually without his championship right now. Hivation says, "Hey bro, have you heard yet? Tessa Blanchard's husband Daga is out of Impact Wrestling. He's also a free agent." Yeah, that was announced back in October. He's a free agent. It was always going to be the case. Impact did actually want to use him and re-sign him, but obviously Tessa Blanchard connection, he wasn't interested. So that was in October, early October, late September. So just was a case I don't know if we made a video on it, but at this point it's almost late news, to be honest. So I've got lots of Impact stuff coming up in the week though. I'm going to be talking about Madison Rayne tomorrow. Going to be talking about potential replacements for Madison Rayne. Going to be talking about more AEW Impact Wrestling stuff. Talking about stuff for Genesis, Hard to Kill, lots of Impact stuff. We do talk about Impact a lot here on the channel, so if you're a fan of Impact, be sure to subscribe, bottom right hand corner. As we're getting the ring introductions right now. Is it Mike Rome is just about to do the ring announcement for Drew McIntyre. Man, that almost is a big, big guy. He is legit a 7'4". He is a giant. What I do find slightly hilarious when it comes to Omos is right. So he's obviously he's where he is because of his size, right? He's where he is because of his size and the fact that he is 7'4". He's an attraction. He's a big man in a big man company. There's nothing surprising there, right? What is surprising is that you see these reports saying Omos is terrible in the ring. He's greener than goose, you know what, and he's terrible in the ring. He's clumsy. He's 7'4". Who expected him to be doing leapfrogs and headlocks and being a natural? There's a very rare group of people that are that big and that good in the ring. Give him time, right? Give him time, and if he's not great in the ring, he's an attraction. Okay, it's hardly shocking news. That's like me doing a story now saying the Great Khali can't do a headlock or can't do a leapfrog. Well, duh. So we're kicking off this match hot. Nothing, no chain wrestling or anything like that. They're going straight to it. Here we go. Oh my God. AJ Styles just went for a suplex on Drew McIntyre. McIntyre just countered it. Raw Power just flipped AJ Styles midair. It was almost like an X-plex. There we go. McIntyre's going to unload a chop to AJ Styles as well. And Drew McIntyre's just thrown AJ Styles there across the ring by soccer mom hair. McIntyre's really getting physical with AJ Styles here as well. Throw him in the corner. Looks like he's going to hit another chop. Drew McIntyre's chops are vicious. Oof, is another one there. Outrageous. Hibation says, who do you think Asuka's mystery partner could be? Could it be Tessa Blanchard? Not going to be Tessa Blanchard. I'm not going to say who I think it is because who I think it is probably who it is. Brian says, heard Moxley is off TV and ain't travelling to protect Renee and their daughter. I don't know. It might be a case of that they're not going to be taping for a while. I think that might be the case, so we'll have to see. McIntyre whips AJ into the corner. Oh my God. AJ Styles he did a bump in the corner. McIntyre just sort of slid on his knees and punched AJ straight in the face. Looked a little bit awkward, but he played it off all right. McIntyre's definitely going physical, to say the least here. They're doing a replay of it. So he throws AJ into the corner. AJ takes a bump, and McIntyre looks like he was going in for a clothesline. Didn't realise AJ was going to be down on the floor. So he just punched him in the face. Todd says, was Kairi Sane ever able to go back to Japan? Maybe it's her for one night. No. Yes, she is back in Japan. It's not her. It's not Kairi Sane tonight. She's currently back in Japan. She will probably be doing stuff for NXT in Japan once they launch NXT in Japan. So currently, right now, she's doing bits and pieces for WWE Japan. She's posted several videos on her social media about that. McIntyre charges at AJ Styles in the corner, gets a boot up. AJ Styles now going to the top rope. Oh my God. McIntyre just chopped AJ Styles from the top rope out of the ring. AJ Styles took a nasty bump. McIntyre's chops are brutal. Here we go. Bang. Listen to that. I nearly heard that from over here in the UK. That's how loud that was. My, oh my. He's not letting AJ Styles rest up there. McIntyre's on the outside. He's going to bounce AJ Styles' face off the announce table. There's actually a ladder propped up against the announce table as well, which AJ went into. McIntyre's now throwing chairs around the Thunderdome. Looks like he's going to go for a chair too. I wonder what McIntyre and AJ's opinion is of opening the show for the WWE Championship. A lot of people say, these pro wrestlers do say, you know, they're not against it. They're not against opening a show. It does work, that rationale works when there's a crowd. When there's a crowd there, opening a show ain't a bad thing. Some people would say that they'll much rather go on first than in the middle of it because you've got a hot crowd. Doesn't know if that rationale works inside the Thunderdome, but I don't know what their reaction would be. Brian says we all know who it is. Yeah, exactly. So McIntyre's still working over AJ. He's going to bounce him off the barricade there. Beautiful. Omos is lurking in the background as well. I say lurking. I mean, you see him everywhere. McIntyre's picking up AJ. It's going to throw him once again into the... Oh, my God. McIntyre just threw AJ Styles across a table, which actually had a load of chairs set up on it, which looked nasty. As they're showing a replay of AJ Styles being thrown onto the barricade there. I don't know if AJ Styles has gotten any offense so far whatsoever. It has been all Drew McIntyre, but I think it's set up for Omos to get involved at some point. Like I said, I think they might do the spot. They might do the Jericho Big Show spot where the ladder's broken for whatever reason and AJ Styles tries to be on the shoulders of Omos with no ladder to try and get the title, or we have AJ Styles kind of passed out on the ladder or something like that, and Omos gets AJ Styles on his shoulders, tries to lift him up to the top. Shades of, I guess, Rhino at WrestleMania in 2001, that kind of deal. McIntyre setting up a ladder, though, in the middle of the ring. Here we go. It looks like he's going to climb. It's a big ladder as well. Here we go. McIntyre's a big guy. McIntyre's a big, big guy. Oh, AJ Styles just hit Drew McIntyre in the back of the leg, in the back of the knee, actually, with that steel chair. This is going to be obviously the place that AJ Styles makes his comeback. But here we go. AJ Styles is now going to try and set up the ladder instead. Interesting pace to this one to start off. Isn't it as... Again, this is what I was saying in the preview. When you've got two TLC matches, when you've got two matches that are the exact same type and they're on the same card, you have to do two different types of match, which can be difficult, which can be very, very difficult to do. Hivation says, I wonder if Tucker is being sent back to the Performance Center too. I haven't heard anything about Tucker. I think everyone said that the moment he was split up from Otis, that was it for him. Kevin Avery says that I feel bad for Aleister Black. Yeah, it's a rough situation for Aleister Black. I mean, she's better off leaving at this point. I bet he wants to, but WWE won't let him leave. AJ Styles at this point is trying to wedge a steel chair in between the top and middle turnbuckle. McIntyre went to climb the ladder, but AJ has cut him off. Here we go. He's going to throw Drew McIntyre into the chair, blocks it. Here we go. Drew McIntyre is going to try and slingshot AJ into the ladder. AJ will climb it, though. There we go. That's such a stupid spot. Everyone, it was going to happen. What a silly spot. Drew McIntyre went to slingshot AJ Styles into the direction of the ladder. Of course, AJ landed on his feet and started climbing. But anyway, Drew McIntyre's countered. He's got AJ Styles in a powerbomb position. Here we go. Styles rolls through, though. Manages to roll through. Here goes McIntyre. He's going to go for another slingshot. AJ's going to go into the chair, though, this time. Oh, it goes right into the chair. That's a better slingshot, Drew. So AJ Styles goes through the chair that he set up in the corner. A couple of slingshots by Drew McIntyre. McIntyre's holding his knee. AJ Styles looks dazed. I don't think he actually hit his head. I think he got his hand up. But we're seeing a replay of it here. No, AJ gets his hand up fine. They're doing the slow motion, but it was completely fine. Drew McIntyre's climbing though. He's about halfway up the ladder at this point. AJ Styles threw a chair at his back, which looked nice. I always wondered about the throwing of the chair. Like, is there any momentum behind that? AJ Styles once again goes to Drew McIntyre's knee. So it looks like the story being told here is that McIntyre is going to have a bum knee in this match. AJ Styles, of course, hit McIntyre's knee with the steel chair. That's the second time now that McIntyre's been hit in the knee by AJ Styles. How do you stop a Scottish psychopath climbing? You take out the leg, right? You take out the knee. Makes total sense from a logic point of view there. If you are new to the channel, be sure to subscribe. Bottom right hand corner. As AJ Styles just threw Drew McIntyre's face into the ladder. AJ Styles looks like he's moving with a bit of a limp too. Here we go, AJ just threw the ladder. Drew McIntyre's led on the canvas. AJ Styles just threw the ladder straight onto him. It's pretty nasty there. Interesting start to this match so far. We haven't seen any crazy spots. Of course, it's still early into this one. I mean, it's tough in these TLC matches as well to do something original, do something different. How many TLC matches, how many ladder matches have we seen at this point in WWE history? It's difficult to do different stuff. I mean, we saw a ladder match as recently as back in September, a Clash of Champions. It included AJ Styles, right? It was Sami Zayn, AJ Styles, and Jeff Hardy. And actually, if anything, that was one of the better ladder matches we've seen in recent history. I thought that was awesome. Unbelievably original. That had the Sami Zayn handcuffing Jeff Hardy's ear to a ladder, which was fantastic. Love that match. AJ setting up for a Styles clash here, but there is a ladder on the floor. I don't know if this is going to end well for AJ Styles. Styles is setting up for it. Oh, McIntyre, here we go. He's going to go Future Shock DDT and just throws AJ Styles back onto the ladder. McIntyre's still selling that injured knee as well. I don't know if this is... it's definitely not the first time AJ and Drew McIntyre have faced off or anything like that. But Drew McIntyre did say several times he wanted to face AJ Styles for the WWE Championship. That was a feud he wanted and he was looking forward to. So obviously they've got their opportunity tonight. Let's see if they can succeed. It's been I wouldn't say a slow start so far, but nothing super eventful to write home about, shall we say. McIntyre is lifting that ladder. Here we go. He's going to try and drop it on AJ. AJ manages to roll out the way just. Once again, AJ Styles going to the knee of Drew McIntyre. Chop blocks to the knee once again. And McIntyre's actually pulling down the knee pad as well to once again sell the knee injury. Doing a replay now where McIntyre... It was meant to be a spot where he threw the ladder onto the floor and AJ rolled out the way. AJ rolled out the way. Drew kind of... maybe didn't go in the right place. It kind of hit AJ Styles slightly, but he's fine. AJ now is continuing to work over the injured leg, injured knee, smashing Drew's leg and knee into the ladder as we speak. He's opened the ladder. He's sandwiching Drew's knee into there. He's going to go for a calf crusher using the ladder. Beautiful. He's got an assisted ladder calf crusher. Fantastic spot. Love that. Look at this. Awesome spot. This is the stuff I like in these kind of matches. It's this kind of stuff. It's the innovation. It's the different stuff. The stuff we're not used to seeing. Stuff we haven't seen before. That's what you want to see in these kind of matches. In these ladder matches, these TLC matches. As I mentioned, it's tough. We have seen so many ladder matches, so many TLC matches throughout WWE history. Some fantastic ones, some not so great. We've seen so many creative, innovative spots that it's hard to do something different. But you just see it there. AJ Styles does a calf crusher using the ladder for leverage. Loved that spot. Fantastic. Awesome. Ninja Gamer says dream match almost. Or whatever, almost. Almost. Nearly, quite literally almost. Versus, or whatever, versus Carly. Dream match or nightmare match? I think you're getting your dreams and your nightmares confused there, Ninja Gamer. Nevertheless, AJ Styles kind of has Drew McIntyre on the ropes here a little bit. McIntyre's on the canvas. AJ's picked up a steel chair. Is he going to attack him? Bang. Steel chair shot to the back of the WWE Champion, who is writhing in pain as we speak on the canvas. Once again, bang. Steel chair shot. Another steel chair shot by AJ Styles. Looks like we're going to go for a third bang. Across the knee, though, this time. Drew McIntyre is selling the hell out of that injured knee, really selling it. So I guess the question is going to be, how is Drew McIntyre going to be able to climb? They're making you doubt it. I think that's what's great here. Or we're going for another calf crusher. This time, instead of the ladder, he's using a steel chair for assistance. We've got another assisted calf crusher. This time, AJ Styles is using a steel chair. He is wearing out that injured knee, that injured leg of Drew McIntyre. Another really great creative spot. Using the objects to your advantage. Using the objects creatively. Doing interesting spot. Telling the story. Creating drama. Creating stakes. Love it. Fantastic creativity there by AJ Styles. Oh, look, that was a great spot. That looked nasty, though. Drew McIntyre just broke up that assisted calf crusher by grabbing the back of AJ Styles' head and throwing it into a ladder that was laid down in the middle of the ring. The issue was there. It looked like AJ Styles just smashed the back of his head on that ladder. It looked absolutely nasty. And if you're not familiar with these ladders, it's fascinating because there was a WWE 24 documentary. It might have been the day of WrestleMania 33. And it was really the first time you see how they do these ladders. So a lot of the time, these ladders are legitimately metal ladders. They spray paint them in that silver color. That's why they're all silver. They spray paint them silver. The only ladders that aren't those metal ladders are the gimmick ladders, like the wooden ones that they can break in half. Or the sort of flimsy ones, which once again, they can gimmick and break in half. But they're spray painted that color. So that's why they're always that color. McIntyre just went to sort of throw AJ into the corner. Styles gets out of the way. He's going to go and work over this knee once again. And a kick to the back of the knee, back of Drew McIntyre's knee. McIntyre just randomly himself wrapped himself around the ring post there, the LED ring post. Looks like he's going to, AJ Styles is going to work over the knee around the ring post here. Kevin Abreu says, I hope WWE don't do Goldberg versus Roman at Mania 37. Well, unfortunately, I think that is going to be the case, Kevin. Todd says, I hope we see a Crimson Mask tonight. Well, you never know, especially in these deals. Like, oh my God. AJ Styles just put a ladder straight in the face of Drew McIntyre. Now, speaking about Crimson Mask, back in the day, Drew McIntyre would have definitely got some juice there. That isn't happening. That doesn't happen in WWE today. The only time they get color now is if it's legitimate and it's accidental. The thing is, when it comes to TLC and these kind of matches, you know, as I mentioned, they are metal ladders. So legitimately, you can get a situation where that ladder might cut your head and you get a bit of blood. Some wrestlers do it on purpose. You get busted the hard way, as they say. AJ Styles firmly in control of this one, which is interesting. Of course, starting the match, Drew McIntyre was firmly in control. Now, the story here is that AJ Styles is working over the knee of McIntyre and is beating down the WWE champion. AJ Styles took a seat there a second ago, but now AJ is gingerly putting Drew McIntyre on that table so it doesn't break. Drew McIntyre's a heavy guy. You don't want the table to get a mind of its own and break there. But McIntyre's on the table, which says to me, McIntyre's on the outside of the ring. I think we could be seeing some form of a springboard 450 here. It's in the perfect position. Well, AJ's climbing a ladder that's sort of a ramp in the corner. What is going on here? McIntyre's rolled off. Oh my God. And just threw a steel... McIntyre got off, threw a steel chair into the head of AJ Styles. Don't know how protected that was. Chair shots to the head, even if it was soft there. McIntyre's now looking to do something with the table, I think. We'll see a replay here as McIntyre throws this chair, bang, straight into the face of AJ Styles. It was one of those push or chair shots you see in ECW all the time, like a Sabu one. And McIntyre's going to throw the table into the ring. McIntyre's trying to slap some feeling back into that knee, selling that knee absolutely fantastically. I love this stuff because he's slapping the feeling back into the knee, hobbling, gets back in the ring fine, no problem. It would give way as soon as you get back in the ring. Logic. AJ Styles looking to grab McIntyre though. McIntyre fights off. McIntyre's setting up the table in the corner there slightly. Oh, McIntyre's charged at AJ Styles. AJ counters with a drop toe hold. McIntyre's face goes straight into the ladder there. If you're enjoying this match, be sure to smash a like on the like button. If you're new to the channel as well, be sure to subscribe, bottom right hand corner. We'll do a quick check on subscribers right now. We're currently on 1659. So let's say we get to... Let's say we get to 1666. See if we can get to that number tonight. Get to the devilish number of that. I don't know if that's lucky or not. Probably not. Here we go. Well, McIntyre just catches AJ Styles belly to belly. Oh my word. Drew McIntyre just caught AJ Styles mid-air, belly to bellied AJ Styles right onto that ladder. Horrible landing from AJ Styles. Always looks horrible. You see it again. Here we go. McIntyre, bang, belly to belly. The ladder bounces. Fun opener. Slow start, but it's really hitting some pace now. Fun opener, physical. AJ Styles as well. He's a guy with a history of back problems. That's gotta hurt. Really gotta hurt. So credit to AJ for taking those bumps. McIntyre still selling the knee injury though. McIntyre's trying to push through that pain, as Tom Phillips says. AJ Styles, hits a forearm. Looks like AJ's going to set up for a phenomenal one. Here we go. Springboard, phenomenal forearm. Bang, hits it. McIntyre is down in the middle of the ring. If this was a pinfall match, it would be over as we speak. We're seeing in this match is pinpoint storytelling. That's exactly what we're seeing. Fantastic, basic storytelling. You can't beat it though. Styles, you get the replay here. A phenomenal forearm. Always looks fantastic. Always looks fantastic, that phenomenal forearm. There we go. Omos is throwing a ladder into the ring. He is the X Factor, as they would say in this match. It's a big ladder as well. AJ Styles is going to look to set up this ladder here. Now what's interesting is we have a table set up in the far corner, and now we have a ladder in the middle. What it says to me is someone that is climbing that ladder might go through that table that is set up in the corner. That's the great thing about these matches. Sometimes you're trying to predict where this big chaos spot is going to come from. AJ Styles is climbing though. McIntyre's trying to stop him. Kick to the head of McIntyre. Looks like another one. Bang. Another kick to the head. McIntyre's going to try and grab AJ once again. He's got him up. He's got him up for a military press, it looks like. Here we go. Military press. Throws AJ Styles. Oh my god. Through a table at ringside. But Styles, grazed the thing. He went through it, but managed to bounce off of it. My, oh my, that looked nasty. Man. I hope they show a replay of this, because McIntyre's got him up. Military press. Throws AJ out of the ring. He goes through the table, but not a lot. His foot goes through and breaks the table. It was a rough landing, a really rough landing. Here we go though. Drew McIntyre's going to go up top. Drew McIntyre's climbing the ladder. That's not a Sterling. Oh, here comes the Miz. Here we go. We're going to see it. Miz. Drew McIntyre's climbing the ladder. Oh, here we go. He's going to attack the knee. Oh, look, Miz is going to powerbomb Drew McIntyre through the table, it looks like. And he does. Oh my god, he's just powerbombed Drew McIntyre through the table. We're going to see the Miz cash in. John Morrison is telling him to cash in. Here we go. The Miz is cashing in. This is going to be it. This is going to be it. The Miz is cashing in right now. Is this legitimate? I said it was a possibility. Are we going to hear the bell ring? It's not pinfall as well. It is not pinfall. Miz has to climb the ladder. This is now a triple threat match. It has been official. Mike Crome has made the official announcement. The Miz is cashing in the Money in the Bank briefcase. He is climbing the ladder as we speak. This graphic that is on the screen is wrong. This is now a triple threat match. Miz is climbing, but oh my god. Omos is now in the ring. Omos has just grabbed the Miz. The Miz has grabbed the WWE Championship, but Omos has just pulled him down. Oh my, he's carrying him like a baby. Omos is carrying the Miz like a baby. What's he doing? He's just carrying him like a child. He's just... Oh my god, Omos has just dumped him out of the ring. Omos AJ Styles' insurance policy just dumped the Miz off the ladder. This is officially a trip. Oh my god, John Morrison just smashed Omos in the back of the chair, just broke in half. The chair just disintegrated. That's hilarious. I don't know how believable that is. John Morrison just hit Omos with a chair and it disintegrated like nothing. What is going on? You could say that The Miz almost won the WWE Championship. Almost won the WWE Championship. But here we go. Omos is now chasing down John Morrison. John Morrison looks petrified. John Morrison's tripping over ladders, tripping over steel chairs. I don't know what's going on. John Morrison's getting the hell out of there. This is now a triple threat match. It's official. The Miz has officially cashed in the Money in the Bank briefcase, though. The Miz's Money in the Bank briefcase privileges are now gone because this match is a triple threat match for the WWE Championship. The Miz was this close to becoming WWE Champion, but almost got in the ring. He grabbed Miz off the ladder and he threw him through a table at ringside. So now we have a situation where every single person in this match has just been through a table. Drew McIntyre threw AJ Styles from the ring outside through a table. Drew McIntyre was put through a table. He was powerbomb through a table by The Miz. The Miz, who is now officially in this match, was also thrown through a table by Omos. Every single person in this WWE Championship Triple Threat TLC match has gone through a table. What is going on at this point? Who is going to leave WWE Champion? I think at this point anything could happen. I'm still going to pick Drew McIntyre to be the WWE Champion at this point, but you never know. You never know. Is Miz going to... I don't know, is he going to be part of the people that do successfully cash in, or is he going to be part of the people that fail? I will say that weird sort of slam by Omos did look bizarre. Did look really, really bizarre, that Omos carried him like a baby and just dropped him. But, I mean, I enjoyed it. It was a fun spot. But here we go. So, Drew McIntyre and AJ Styles, they're racing at this point because they're both climbing the ladder. McIntyre's climbing on one leg. Styles has got a bad back. This is drama. There's no doubt this is drama. McIntyre, I mean, the ladder is quite far away from the championship. McIntyre's got a hand on it. AJ's managed to fight him back. It looks like AJ's grabbed the hand of Drew McIntyre. Right hands by Drew McIntyre here as well. I mean, to be fair, it was a slow start, but I mean, the drama in this one has been fantastic. The cash-in has been well done. Oh, McIntyre's grabbed the title. Oof. AJ's managed to punch him in the gut. The Miz is now in the ring once again. The Miz is in the ring. You've got to remember, this is a triple threat match officially. The Miz has officially cashed in. I mean, if again, like I said, I'm not going to change my tune. If The Miz wins WWE Championship, it's not going to change the Raw ratings. This is a strange moment to say the least. So AJ and Drew McIntyre on one ladder. Miz is setting up another. It does not look sturdy to say the least. Miz is climbing quickly. He's grabbed the title. Oh. He's got a hand on it. Drew McIntyre managed to fight him off. Here we go. Drew McIntyre, Glasgow kiss. Oh, Miz is fighting off. AJ Styles is now off the ladder. He's on the apron. It looks like he's going to go for a springboard or something. Oh, the Miz's head is being smashed on the ladder. Oh, Drew McIntyre's head's been smashed off the ladder. The Miz has got the title. Oh, Drew McIntyre has pushed AJ off. It's Drew McIntyre. Drew McIntyre's up there alone. AJ Styles does the Spider-Man. Springboard's on. He's on the ladder now. Look at this drama. Fantastic. Now, once again, it's AJ and Drew McIntyre. Oh, bang. Big forearm. Look like a phenomenal forearm. Oh, now Drew McIntyre's off the ladder. Hangs up on the top rope. Now, AJ Styles is up there. AJ Styles is up there. He's got a hand on the title. The Miz is up there. What is going on? This is mega drama going on here. The Miz has grabbed the title. The Miz has got it. Oh, AJ Styles. Here we go. Drew McIntyre's he's shoving the ladder. He's going to push AJ and the Miz off. Here we go. Oh my God. AJ's flown out the ring. Oh my God. And here we go. Drew McIntyre Claymore kick to the Miz. That should be it, I think, at this point. That should be it at this point. Now, Drew McIntyre looks like both of his opponents are down. The Miz is down. AJ Styles is down. There is nobody to stop Drew McIntyre at this point. He's climbing the ladder on one leg. There is no one to stop Drew McIntyre. Surely this is going to be it. Drew McIntyre retains the WWE Championship. What a match. What a match. Really, really enjoyed that. Fantastic match. Against all odds, Drew McIntyre is still the WWE Champion. Fantastic match. The last, 5-10 minutes of that, 5 minutes or so with the Miz cash in and the dueling ladder spots and the drama. I mean, you've got to just say well done. Fantastic match. Awesome, awesome match. So much storytelling, so much drama. That was one hell of a match. You've got to give it to him. Got to give it to him. Nunn says it looked like AJ Styles' ear was bleeding badly. You know, I didn't notice that. I didn't know. I was so caught up in it. I mean, we'll have to check. But what a match. What a match. Drama. I mean, that had everything. It really did. That was What an opening to the show. I mean, follow that. Quite frankly, follow that. Drew McIntyre, man, he's something else. This is a guy 6'5", 6'6", 250 pounds or something like that, and he can go. Look at this. We'll see the replays here. Drew McIntyre threw AJ out the ring. AJ Styles, by the way, took some bumps in this one. Now we see the Miz, when he cashed in, Miz is no longer Mr. Money in the Bank. He cashed in his Money in the Bank briefcase, had the title won, almost caught him, threw him through the table like a baby slam. And here we go, we see AJ Styles, he does the Spider-Man, springboards onto the ladder. You see some forearms, then Drew McIntyre came off the ladder, made you think for a second maybe Drew isn't going to win this one. And then Drew McIntyre throws both AJ and Miz off the ladder. AJ took a bump to the outside of the ring, looked nasty. I see what you mean, now. His ear is bleeding, yeah. And then you see Drew McIntyre hit the Claymore, not the best Claymore in the world, but hits it to the Miz. And the Miz is out of the ring, and Drew McIntyre climbs on one leg, because they told the story about the injured knee, grabs that WWE Championship and retains. Fantastic. What a fantastic match. What an opener. Follow that. Follow that. Awesome. Awesome match. I thought that was pure drama. Really well done. Great pay-per-view match. It makes you wonder what the plan is for the main event, because that would have been a main event. That's the main event match, really. That would have been a great way to go off the air, right? That would have been a fantastic way to go off the air. And it's just the first match. It's just the first match. If you're glad that Drew McIntyre retained, smash a like on that like button. Really just helps out here on YouTube, go up the rankings and get into people's recommendation feeds. Most important, if you haven't already as well, be sure to subscribe, bottom right hand corner. What a match though. What an absolute awesome match. We've got Kayla Braxton now backstage. Looks like she's going to do an interview. Let's do a quick subscriber count. Again, we're going to aim to get to 1666. We're going to go devilish tonight. Currently on 1661, so we're only 5 away. Thanks everyone that has subscribed or is new to the channel. Be sure to subscribe, bottom right hand corner. Aim is to get to 1666 before we go off the air tonight. Now Kayla Braxton is now with Paul Heyman. What did you guys think of that match though? I mean, what an awesome match. What an awesome match. Really enjoyed that opener. Said slow start, and I wasn't sold on it, but that last 5-minute period, that was drama, that was everything. That really was everything. Let's check how many likes we got on the stream as well while we're doing it. Man, really enjoyed that. That was a lot of fun. I'm sure people will complain about something, because everyone's always got something to complain about. Whether it's, people will complain that The Miz cashed in and he didn't win. People will complain about why put the Money in the Bank briefcase on The Miz if he's just going to lose. Looks to me, right, and I said this at the time, that the reason they put the Money in the Bank briefcase on The Miz is because it didn't matter. It's because it didn't matter. They didn't keep it on Otis. Why didn't they keep it on Otis? Because he was never going to cash in on Roman Reigns. And they moved it to The Miz because maybe The Miz could cash in and he could win, or he could cash in and he lose, and it didn't matter. It really didn't matter. That was the thing, and I thought it was done well. Realistically, did we think Miz was going to be WWE Champion? I mean, maybe in the future, I don't know. Dazzy says, what happened? I wasn't here. And which matches did I miss? Well, you missed the WWE Championship Tables, Ladders and Chairs opener. Drew McIntyre just retained the WWE Championship. The Miz cashed in the Money in the Bank briefcase during the match. It became a triple threat TLC match. But as The Miz was about to win the WWE Championship, Omos, AJ Styles' bodyguard, prevented The Miz from winning the match, put him through a table, and eventually Drew McIntyre managed to climb that ladder, reclaim the WWE Championship, and he is still the WWE Champion. That is the only match you've missed so far. You're completely up to date. Glad to have you with us tonight. So what an opener. So we've got Corey Graves and Michael Cole on commentary next as they're talking about the official theme for TLC. So what match do we think we'll see next? If it's going to be a SmackDown match, I'm thinking potentially we could have the SmackDown Women's Championship on the line next. Could be wrong though, we'll have to check. But what an awesome match. What an awesome match. I mean, honestly, follow that. I mean, we say it, don't we? Follow that. Absolutely spectacular opener to the show. Really enjoyed that. And I was right. Coming up next, it's the SmackDown Women's Championship on the line. It's Sasha Banks defending that SmackDown Women's Championship against Carmella. Who do we think is going to win this one? Again, wouldn't be shocked, wouldn't be surprised if they switch the title here. Now, I don't think they will. I must stress that. I don't think they will switch the title, but I wouldn't be surprised if they did. Sasha Banks, I wouldn't do absolutely anything to her right now. Sasha Banks she is a star. She is a star. I mean, if you're, look, The Mandalorian at the moment, people are still talking about the finale of The Mandalorian from this past week, right? Sasha Banks was a part of that, right? Why would you take the title off her at the moment? She is crossing over into the mainstream. She's becoming a mainstream star. For whatever reason, and I don't know why, I mean, I might be wrong, but WWE really isn't talking about Sasha Banks in The Mandalorian, which I don't get. I mean, it's arguably the biggest television show on TV right now. I bet even it does better than Monday Night Raw ratings, and it's on Disney+. Maybe it's because it's on a rival streaming service. I don't know. But I don't know why they don't talk about that. It just seems very, very odd. Very, very odd. But what are your guys' predictions for this one? Who do you think is going to leave as the SmackDown Women's Champion? Do you think Sasha Banks is going to retain? Or do you think Carmella is going to become SmackDown Women's Champion for what would be the second time in her career, of course? She was SmackDown Women's Champion before. We just saw a Money in the Bank cash in. Carmella cashed in to become SmackDown Women's Champion back in 2018. So it's going to be very, very interesting to see who leaves here WWE SmackDown Women's Champion. Again, I wouldn't be shocked. Wouldn't be shocked if Sasha Banks lost the title here. She doesn't historically have long title reigns. She should have a long title reign, especially considering what she went through. We could see a situation where Carmella's, what do they call it, sommelier? Or whatever they're calling it, could get involved as well. Could be a situation like that too. Could see a scenario where Sasha Banks gets hit with the champagne bottle once again by Carmella. A little bit of the bubbly. I'm still recovering from that last match. What a match! What an incredible match. I hope this match gets some time as well. Sasha Banks at the moment is on an absolute roll when it comes to pay-per-view matches. I thought her match at Hell in a Cell with Bayley was just spectacular. I thought it was absolutely fantastic. I thought her match against Asuka at Survivor Series was great too. You would think, considering she defeated Bayley at Hell in a Cell, she then beat Bayley on SmackDown once again, and she defeated Asuka, the Asuka at Survivor Series, that she's got a bit of momentum. So you would think she would retain here, but WWE sometimes, when someone has a gimmick that they like Carmella, when someone is doing well with a gimmick like Carmella, sometimes they keep going with it and they'll just put the title on her. So I wouldn't be shocked. I wouldn't be shocked. Let's put it that way. And we've seen what's the story so far in this. The storyline so far, it's been using the champagne bottle, the champagne glass. Here we go. We're going to see Carmella's new entrance here. I don't know about you. The whole when she's like dancing behind the sheet, I find it very confusing. I find it really confusing because it looks like she's got her back to us. Then it comes down and then she's facing forwards. I don't know how it works. Like there. Is it her? Is it her that's doing the dancing? Because I don't know if it is. Because the way the sheet's set up, it looks like she's definitely got her back to us. And then it comes down and she's facing forward. I don't know. Confuses me. But here comes Carmella anyway. Corey Graves is going crazy on commentary. Because obviously they're together in real life. What do we think, though, about the Money in the Bank situation when it comes to The Miz, though? Because I know some people now are going to be reacting about Money in the Bank. They're going to be talking about, does the Money in the Bank concept work? Does WWE approach the Money in the Bank concept the right way? What does WWE do when it comes to Money in the Bank? And do the cash-ins go the right way? Look, I think this year, when it came to Money in the Bank, they had Otis as Mr. Money in the Bank. They then had Roman Reigns come back to SmackDown, and they realised, you know what? Otis can't cash in anytime soon because we're not going to have him switch the title anytime soon. They almost got the briefcase off him for the betterment of him so he didn't have to lose. We'll see if that was worth it in the future. They switched over to the Miz, and I think potentially, you know, it was all about maybe we might have the Miz cash in at some point. I think this year they just took a pass on the Money in the Bank. I think maybe people need to not overthink it, to be honest. And to be honest, they just need to have Money in the Bank be a WrestleMania thing again. I don't like the whole Money in the Bank pay-per-view. Again, I hate gimmick pay-per-views. I know now it's TLC, but it's the same here. But here comes Sasha Banks. She's making her entrance right now. Again, I hope this match gets time. I think it will. I mean, this isn't a huge card at this point. It's not a huge card at this point. I said Sasha Banks is in the mainstream at the moment. She's on The Mandalorian. It doesn't make a lot of sense for me to have Sasha Banks drop the championship. But again, the Carmella gimmick WWE is behind. They're excited about it. Vince McMahon's obviously a big fan of it, and if he's a big fan, we could see them switch the title. So I wouldn't be surprised, but in the same way, I wouldn't be stunned in the sense that if Sasha Banks retains, then I think it's the right call for Sasha Banks to retain. Carmella as well is also someone that has actually improved significantly in the ring. I think she was a perfect example of someone that became SmackDown Women's Champion back in 2018 when she really wasn't ready to be honest. There was a lot of hate towards her online at the time because a lot of people were saying, you know, is this someone that... Not only did she deserve it, but was she ready for it at the time? And I don't think she was ready for it at the time. I genuinely think she wasn't ready for it at that period in her career. But then over the course of the last 2 years or so, or over 2 years, she's improved significantly in the ring. She is far better a wrestler, far better a performer, far better a character, even in this new character, than she ever was before. So I have no doubts that this is going to be a fantastic match. Sasha Banks went straight for Carmella, who is now going on the outside of the ring and checking out her leopard print ring attire she's wearing. There we go. Carmella gets back in the ring, and there goes Sasha Banks after her. And once again, Carmella goes straight to that lower back. Of course, the story is that Carmella attacked Sasha Banks' lower back with that champagne glass / bottle on several occasions. So that's going to be the story in this one, is Carmella working over the lower back of Sasha Banks. Oh, here we go. Sasha Banks Carmella went to whip Sasha Banks off the rope. Banks reversed. They're on the outside of the ring now. Smashes Carmella's face into the ring apron. Nice. Uses a bit of an arm drag by Sasha Banks, using the ring apron as a bit of a springboard there, which is nice. Now Sasha Banks is attacking Carmella's lower back. Throws Carmella into the ring. They're back in the ring now. Here we go. Sasha Banks with a pinfall. Kick out at 2 already. So a fast start to this one. And Banks is talking some trash already in the face of Carmella. Oh, and a slap to the face by Carmella. Straight to Sasha Banks. Straight into the eye of Sasha Banks. Not just in the face, in the eye. Here we go. Sasha Banks going to throw Carmella. Oh my God. He caught. What a catch. What a catch. Reginald, the guy at ringside, an unbelievable catch. Sasha Banks threw Carmella through the rope, and Carmella got stuck on the rope. Carmella got stuck on the rope and looked like she was going to land on the floor. And somehow, some way, that guy, was his name Reginald? Somehow, oh my God, what a catch. I mean, superb. I mean, I hope they show a replay of that. I mean, she was practically on the floor. What a catch. That might be the highlight of the match so far. That catch was phenomenal. Unbelievable. Carmella now has got the advantage because through the assistant by Reginald, she did a bit of a head scissors, and that was fantastic. I mean, the catch there. I hope they show a replay of that because that was incredible. Now Carmella's got her a bit of momentum going. Carmella, a bit of a Bronco Buster almost version there. Covers Sasha Banks. Banks kicks out at 2. But now Carmella's got a bit of a reverse chin lock now in on Sasha Banks. If you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe. Bottom right hand corner. There is to get to 1666 tonight. We're going to go devilish. Let's see what number we're on already. Currently on 1661. Only 5 to go. If you are new to the channel. Sasha Banks is still stuck in that reverse chin lock by Carmella. Throws Carmella back into the corner. Once again, bang. Into the corner again. Snapmare by Sasha Banks. Here we go. Go for a Meteora. Huge Meteora to Carmella. He's got to get a 2 count there. Carmella might have a bleeding lip here as well. Sasha Banks is still selling the injured lower back. Banks into the corner. Thrown over by Carmella. Knee to the face by Sasha Banks. They're on the ring apron once again. Oh my God. That looked nasty. They were on the ring apron. Looked like Sasha Banks was going to go for a backstabber or something like that. Carmella just managed to roll under, go through the legs of Sasha Banks, pull Sasha Banks by her hair, and then head first, neck first, Sasha Banks lands on the apron. Man, that looked nasty. Really nasty. Carmella is fully in control at this point. Man. Here we go. Carmella goes for a pinfall. 2 count though. And Carmella now is once again working on the lower back with a lower back submission. I mean, that bump on the apron. Every time I see bumps on the apron, I always cringe because they're not bumps you can be truly protected from. They're stingers. They hurt. They do hurt. So here we go. Carmella still working over the lower back of Sasha Banks. Reverse elbow once again by Sasha Banks. Here we go. It's going to work on the back of Carmella. Oh, backbreaker on Carmella. So it looks like both people are, I guess, going to be working over the lower back here. Oof. A knee to the face of Carmella there as well. I think the referee just checked on Sasha Banks, being like, "You okay? That bump on the apron was awful." There we go. Sasha Banks hits another Meteor on Carmella. It's going to be a bit of a suplex here. Nice suplex. Oh, we go. We're going to see... here we go. It's going to be triple verticals. Here we go. Three Amigo suplex by Sasha Banks. I wouldn't be surprised if Sasha now goes for a frog splash or something like that. Here we go. Banks is going to go top rope. I think I'm going to be proved right. Looks like Banks is going to go for a frog splash. Continue the Eddie Guerrero tribute. Here we go. Frog splash. Cover. And a close 2 count by Carmella. Carmella kicks out at 2. Sasha Banks did full Eddie Guerrero tribute there. 3 Amigos into a frog splash. Here we go. We're going to see a replay of it. We're going to see Sasha Banks' frog splash of her own. Beautiful. Great frog splash by Sasha Banks. Sasha Banks has got a bit of momentum though going now. As we're actually an hour into TLC at this point. We're only in our second match. That's because that opener, that TLC opener, went 40 minutes and it was absolutely spectacular. Loved that opener. Absolutely fantastic. Oh, look at this. Carmella's just leathering Sasha Banks with some back elbows there. Absolutely brutal. Oh, and a kick to the face though by Sasha Banks. Here we go. Banks is going to go to the top rope. He's going to go for a Meteor. Rolls through though. Here we go. A tilt-a-whirl. Oh, no. Rolls through. Oh, my God. Looks to be an X Factor face buster. That's going to be it. Oh, my God. I mean, Carmella just hit a face buster X Factor. And I mean, Sasha Banks landed so hard on her head. It looked like she broke her neck. Or she broke her face or something like that. That was brutal. We're going to see a replay of it here. So tilt-a-whirl by Banks. Counters. And Carmella just like, it was such a zig and a zag. Sasha Banks did not look ready. She had not got her feet planted. She couldn't jump in time to do the full face buster. So she just went down face first. It looked brutal. Absolutely brutal. But here we go. We're looking like we're getting some form of submission here. She only got a 5 count over the right. Man, that face buster was nasty. You get a broken nose or something like that. Man. She didn't jump. I mean, I'm still sort of recovering from that face buster. Because she just went face down. Man, that looked nasty. I mean, a couple of the bumps in this match that Sasha Banks has taken. The one on the apron and now that face buster. Man, oh man. Now, Carmella is showing an aggressive streak here. She's attacking the back once again of Sasha Banks, who is sort of draped over the ring apron at this point. I would have thought it looks like Carmella's going to maybe go for a running knee. Or, oh my god, a super kick to the face of Sasha Banks, who is draped over the ring apron. Here we go. Sasha Banks is going to be pinned once again. Here we go. Carmella, both her legs are hooked. But Sasha Banks grabs the bottom rope at this point. Man. I don't know if Sasha Banks is actually fully with it at the moment after that face buster. Man, we'll see a replay of the super kick that Carmella did to Banks there. Great match though, great match. 2 great matches so far. Started off the match, the show rather, with the WWE Championship TLC match. Well, here we go. Sasha Banks is going to count. She's going to roll through. Here we go. Roll through. Only a 2 count. Banks. Oof. Banks just drove Carmella's face into the second turnbuckle. Carmella might have a busted lip. She might have a bloody lip or something like that. Sasha Banks looks to be going for maybe like a tornado DDT or something at this point. Or a superplex. Both females are on the second rope. Sasha Banks is sat on the top rope at this point. Here we go. Carmella's going all the way to the top. Might have a bit of a Frankensteiner going on here. Here we go. Frankensteiner. Oh, Sasha Banks rolls through. She counters. Roller, 2 count. Here we go. Banks goes once again. Here we go. Schoolgirl's going to be the roll up. Here we go. Kicks out. Banks manages to kick out. Here we go. I keep saying here we go. Backslide. Oh, they roll through. Beautiful. Roll through. Now they're both sort of leveraging for position here. Jockeying for position. Standing up. Roll through. Here we go. Going to go for another face buster. Banks jackknife cover. Oh, we can see. Oh, here we go. Code of silence. Code of silence by Carmella. She's trying to grab the foot. Here we go. Code of silence is locked in. I love this submission. It's a fantastic submission. Awesome. Code of silence is locked in. Banks manages to roll through. Here we go. She's going to try and roll through into the Banks statement. Carmella, though, she's going to go for a double chicken wing. Beautiful. Beautiful double chicken wing. And she's kicking the back of the head of Sasha Banks. This might be it. Banks' arms are trapped. Oh, Banks rolls through. Here we go. Oh. Roll through into a pinfall there. It was only a 2 count. Great match. Great match so far. Another fantastic match. This is what I wanted. I wanted to see these two get some time, prove what they can do. Awesome. Love the Code of Silence submission as well. I think it's fantastic. Manages to roll through. Banks rolls through again into the Banks statement. Beautiful transition into the Banks statement. This might be it. Carmella's got nowhere to go. Looks like she might tap. Right in the middle of the ring. Sasha Banks is pulling back. Oh, and here comes... Here's Reginald. Reginald's going to pull Carmella out of the ring. There's got to be a disqualification, right? Is this going to be it? What the hell's going on? Reginald just pulled Carmella out of the ring. Ref has disqualified. Oh, a meteor, though, by Sasha Banks onto Reginald. Reginald's out of the equation. How is that not DQ? Carmella with a super kick. A second super kick to Sasha Banks on the outside. She's going to roll her into the ring. No way is Carmella going to win this. 2. Oh, she kicked out. I thought for a second there they were going to switch the title, but why did she not get disqualified? Surely that should have been a disqualification. Unbelievable. Where are we going to go for this one? So Carmella's looking to... She's talking some serious trash now. She's just slapping Sasha Banks in the face. It's unbelievable. She looks very, very unhappy at this point. She's talking some serious trash to Sasha Banks as we speak. Gonna go for another face buster. Oh, here we go. Sasha Banks rolls through. Banks statement's in again. Banks statement in the middle of the ring. This is gonna be it, I think. Is Carmella gonna tap out? She does. Carmella taps out and Sasha Banks retains the SmackDown Women's Championship. Sasha Banks retains the SmackDown Women's Championship via the Banks statement. Fantastic match. Another great match. Fantastic victory, fantastic match. 2 great matches of this show. Awesome. Awesome. I tell you what, I'm still reeling from several things in that match. One, the face buster that Sasha Banks took. Another is the catch by Reginald on Carmella early on in the match. That was awesome. A bit of a botch here. They're saying replay, but it's actually Sasha Banks in the middle of the ring right now. That was good. Good camera work, good editing work. So Sasha Banks gets the victory. Sasha Banks is still the SmackDown Women's Champion. Fantastic. They're showing a replay. Here we go. They gets the Meteor on Reginald. He did well in this match. Reginald Thomas. Carmella though, she got a couple of super kicks in, and then you start to think, oh my gosh, are they going to switch the title here? Obviously not the case. You thought it was going to be. It was certainly a near fall, but managed after this. Sasha Banks rolled through and then retains the SmackDown Women's Championship. Fantastic. So Sasha Banks retains the SmackDown Women's Championship. Interesting. We see Asuka now backstage. Asuka's backstage. And who would it be but none other than Billie Kay. Billie Kay is now with Asuka. Billie Kay is going to give her resume, of course, to Asuka. What did you guys think of that match? I thought that was awesome. Really, really enjoyed that match between Sasha Banks and Carmella. Thought that was very, very good. 2 fantastic matches so far. Thought it was very, very good. Very, very good. Very much enjoyed that one. What did you guys all think of that one so far? If you are new to the channel as well, be sure to subscribe. Bottom right hand corner, let's do a quick check on the subscribers. We're heading for 1666 so far tonight. We're going to go devilish. But Billie Kay at this point has got her own Asuka mask, she's saying. Asuka said that the position has been filled and she does have a tag team partner. She does have a tag team partner to face, of course, Shayna Baszler. She does have a tag team partner to face Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax tonight for the Women's Tag Team Championship. So who do we think it is? You can say it in the comments. I mean, I'm not going to say who it is because I think I know who it is. But you can say in the comments who you think it is going to be. We'll see who it is. I think that match could be next, of course. But I've enjoyed the matches so far. Very, very enjoyable. 2 fantastic matches so far. Really enjoyed the opener for the WWE Championship, that TLC match. Really enjoyed that SmackDown Women's Championship match. Fun show so far. To be expected though, this card's a good card. The card's a very good card. And we're only 2 matches into, I mean, how many matches were on this show? There were 7 matches, so what, technically 3 matches into this show, so we've got 4 left. That being the Women's Tag Team Championship, the Universal Championship, the Fiend versus Randy Orton, and of course the Raw Tag Team Championships as well. Speaking of the Raw Tag Team Championship, that is what is next, as the Raw Tag Team Championships are on the line, as the New Day is going to defend against the Hurt Businesses, Cedric Alexander and Shelton Benjamin, who have MVP in their corner. So what do we think here? I'm thinking this might be our title change for the evening. I think we might have the Hurt Business switch the Raw Tag Team Championships here because I think the Hurt Business are going to win the Raw Tag Team Championships. Not that it matters. That's the issue. Is that not that realistically does it matter? Because it doesn't. It doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things if the Hurt Business win this match or the New Day win, because the tag team division in WWE is so dead. It's so dead. There is no discernible quality to the Raw Tag Team Championship scene, to the tag team division in WWE on Raw or SmackDown or NXT for that matter. Tag team wrestling doesn't matter. Any tag team worth their salt probably wouldn't go to WWE because it just doesn't matter. Tag team wrestling doesn't matter. So we're seeing a Instagram promo by Cedric Alexander, which they had to edit. As Cedric Alexander talking about why he joined the Hurt Business there. None, I gotta be honest, I don't care who wins the match and I'm not even going to watch it. Wow, you can stick with us here at WrestleNews 365. We appreciate everyone. Everyone's welcome here. No opinions are off limits. It's going to be, it's an interesting pay-per-view. This match is probably, I guess, you would call this the bathroom break, I guess, if you're going to be really brutal about it, because I guess that's the situation when it comes to these kind of matches. It is the low point in the show. It's the match that not many people, I guess, are going to really care about that much, unfortunately. Charlie Caruso is doing an interview backstage with Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods right now. It absolutely is the match I think people are probably not looking forward to the most. I think people are excited about what the Fiend, Bray Wyatt and the FireFly Inferno match is happening. People were excited about the WWE Championship TLC match. People are obviously excited about the Universal Championship TLC match too. So there are good things to look forward to on this show, but the New Day are doing their promo backstage about the Hurt Business right now. Again, I really don't care about the WWE Tag Team Championship scene. I really just don't care about the tag team scene in WWE because WWE obviously does not. They obviously do not. So Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston are talking New Day Rocks, and they're doing the whole New Day Rocks thing. That's great. I like the New Day. Who doesn't like the New Day? But the tag team division in WWE, it's what it is. It's shrug. That's what it is. Just a bit of that. That's all it is. I mean, I'm sure this match should be fine. There's great workers in this match, and it's two very talented tag teams. But I know, just like this is not the first time we have seen this match, it will not be the last time that we have seen this match. It will not be the last time we've seen this match. Because if the Hurt Business win, we will see this match over and over and over and over and over again. Because that's what WWE does. Especially when it comes to tag team wrestling. How many times this year did we see the Street Profits versus Andrade and Angel Garza? How many times? How many times did we see Andrade and Angel Garza versus Street Profits? I'll tell you how many. Way too many times we saw that this year. And it's the same with this. It'll be the same with this. We'll see this a million times because that's how it works. That's how it works in the land of WWE when it comes to tag team wrestling, unfortunately. Which is a shame, but unfortunately it's the situation. Raw is bore. Raw is rematch. Raw isn't ratings. That's the situation with WWE. Oh, here we go. Started off, Alexander walked straight into a super kick. Yet another super kick on this show. Jim Ross will be furious. Started Russian leg sweep though there by Kofi Kingston. Tags in Xavier Woods. In comes Xavier Woods with a bit of a leg drop. He gets a 2 count though. Here we go. Xavier Woods is now going to work over Cedric Alexander. Tags in Alexander. Kofi Kingston coming into the ring. Kofi Kingston springboard and a cross body. Very nice. We get a 2 count though. But Kofi Kingston is now attempting to work over Cedric Alexander. Just start this one out. Nice snapmare. Is going to go into... Want to get a tag to Xavier Woods. A bit of a double team. And a kick to the face. Nice little splash there by Kofi Kingston as well. Roll through. Xavier Woods is now going to go for a bit of a reverse DDT. Something like that. Very nice. Sion Tommy, Samoa Joe remains as the Bobby Heenan commentary in WCW at times. Reminds me of Bobby Heenan commentary in WCW at times. Samoa Joe's very good commentator. Samoa Joe's very, very good at what he does. Is he the best commentator in WWE? Probably. Probably. He's the best color guy in WWE, absolutely, right now. And he's not even really, a commentator. That's not his role. He's a WWE superstar. Eventually, like he said, he wants to get back in the ring. I think the problem is with Joe is that he's so good at being a commentator, and WWE has so many bad commentators, or just, they're not bad, they're just overly produced. Overly produced, that's the problem when it comes to WWE. Overly produced. So Cedric Alexander's on the outside. MVP is trying to wake Cedric Alexander up with some water. Shelton Benjamin has just hit a spine buster on Xavier Woods. So MVP is doing his best cheerleading out from the outside. Xavier Woods bouncing off the ropes, going to slide under. Here we go, a rolling forearm to Shelton Benjamin. It's crazy that it's taken to this year for Shelton Benjamin to actually get used, realistically, isn't it? Because Shelton Benjamin, remember, he's been back with WWE since 2016. Of course, signed in 2016, had the shoulder injury, the shoulder surgery, all that kind of stuff. But then he was officially back with WWE in, 2017? And for years, just didn't get used. He was part of that team with Chad Gable, which went nowhere. Then feuded with Chad Gable. Did those weird promos. Remember those weird promos in 2019? Where Shelton Benjamin just sort of stared up like this. Up at the camera in those backstage interviews. Bizarre. Xavier Woods with a tornado DDT though on Shelton Benjamin's going to kick out at 2. Kofi Kingston is reminding everyone that the New Day are on fire right now. Again, no disrespect to them both. It's a fine match. I just have no investment in this match. It's like watching an episode of Monday Night Raw, which nobody does anymore. Shelton Benjamin's just flipped Xavier Woods over the rope there. Oh, and a running knee by Shelton Benjamin to Xavier Woods. Oh, just froze Xavier Woods headfirst into the bottom turnbuckle. That was nasty. Kevin Avery says, I'll be honest, the women's tag team really need to be on NXT because they have too many women's wrestling for one title. No, they don't. That's the problem. There isn't a women's tag team division. Nunn says, maybe WWE could shake stuff up by moving women to SmackDown, giving them their own show, and move the men to Raw. I'd pick SmackDown. I think they're honestly better. Well, there's been this discussion recently, hasn't there, about that the female side of things, to be honest, for a while, they are most of the time booked better. There are certainly more female stars in WWE right now than there are male stars. I mean, you think of the female stars currently under contract to WWE. You think of Sasha Banks, Bayley, Charlotte Flair, Becky Lynch, Ronda Rousey, Asuka. When you think of the male stars, who are the biggest stars that they have? Roman Reigns, Drew McIntyre, Seth Rollins, maybe. I mean, you can say Brock Lesnar, he's not even under contract anymore. I mean, it's a legitimate discussion. As in this match, Shelton Benjamin is now working over the arm of Xavier Woods. Of course, if you are new to the channel, be sure to subscribe. Bottom right-hand corner. We post daily videos talking all things pro wrestling. We post daily videos talking about WWE, Impact Wrestling, AEW. We do watch-alongs like this for a variety of events as well. So be sure to subscribe, bottom right-hand corner. If you're enjoying TLC, be sure to smash a like on the like button as well. Really just help us out here on YouTube, go up the rankings and get into people's recommendation feeds here on YouTube. We do have a subscriber aim for tonight. We're aiming for 1666. We're going devilish tonight. I believe we were about 5 subscribers away from that. So let's check how we're doing with that goal tonight. Yes, 5 subscribers away. So if you are new to the channel, be sure to subscribe, bottom right hand corner. Super chats are also open. Just click the $sign. Any and all donations to the channel are appreciated. Noob says, hello, how are you doing? Good, sir. I'm doing good, man. How are you doing? As we see it in this match, Cedric Alexander just went for a sort of a handspring kind of kick, but it was countered by Xavier Woods, who countered into a kick of his own. So we currently have Kofi Kingston just about to tag in. In comes Kofi Kingston onto Shelton Benjamin. And here we go. Kofi Kingston is going to do the hot tag, as it were. And a bit of kick to the face of Shelton Benjamin. Once again, if you are new to the channel, be sure to subscribe. Bottom right-hand corner. Post daily videos talking about WWE, AEW, Impact Wrestling. Do watch-alongs like this. Be sure to smash a like if you are enjoying TLC. As Cedric Alexander just got kicked from the ring by Kofi Kingston. Kingston's going to go for a bit of the boom drop. Here we go. Oh, he caught him. Beautiful by Shelton Benjamin. Caught him mid-air. He's going to go for a power drop bomb. Don't think it's going to be a buckle bomb. I think they're banned, aren't they? He's still got him in that power bomb position. Oh, here we go. Oof, nearly fell off there. Now it's in a bit of an electric chair. Oh, and he rolls through. A bit of a victory roll. Kofi Kingston, now a double foot stomp to the chest of Shelton. Going to go for the SOS. Nice. Going to kick out though at 2. I don't know how on earth Kofi Kingston stayed on the shoulders of Shelton Benjamin there. How did that happen? He looked like he was going to fall off the shoulders any second there. Man. Kofi Kingston managed to turn that around. Looks like he might be setting up for Trouble in Paradise. A reminder, by the way. Kofi Kingston was WWE Champion last year. I know, I forgot too. Kofi Mania. I mean, it happened. What a shame. Kingston, he went for a lumbar check. Cedric Alexander landed on his feet, though, did Kingston. Kingston now going to go to the top rope. Cedric Alexander managed to roll over. Oh, a jumping knee to the face. Here we go. Bang. Brain buster by Cedric Alexander. Oh, Xavier Woods managed to break that up. I mean, this is a great match. It's a fantastic match. Like, don't get me wrong. The New Day, the Hurt Business, they're having an excellent pay dirt. Bang. Pay dirt onto Xavier Woods. They're having a great match. Don't get me wrong. Awesome match. It's just a shame tag team wrestling means nothing in WWE. It's just the same. Tag team wrestling just absolutely means nothing. It does. It doesn't mean anything. It doesn't. And I'm sure we'll probably see this match on Raw tomorrow as a rematch, because that's what we do. Oh, it looks like he went for an angle slam there. Shelton Benjamin. Nice team angle throwback there. Like that. Kingston managed to fight out, though. He's in the bad corner. They're in the corner of the Hurt Business. Kingston hits a knee. Going to go to a kick to the face of Shelton once again. Kingston's going to go to the top rope, though. It looks like he's going to go for a crossbody or something like that. Sion Timmy says, not having successful ex-wrestlers on commentary that WWE commentary is missing. When you look at Ventura, Jerry Lawler, Taz, JBL, they had great in-ring career, and current color commentators has not. Here we go. Kofi is going to go to the top rope once again. Oh, he's still on the top rope. The former WWE champion, Kofi Kingston. I mean, don't forget. Oh, Benjamin's jumped up. Oh. Benjamin did his classic jump straight up to the top rope and go for a bit of a belly-to-belly kind of suplex. Looked nasty for a second there. Benjamin looks like he's in a bit of a frenzy. I think Cedric Alexander might tag himself in here. And that's the spot, wouldn't you know it? You can just see these things happening. Here we go. Cedric Alexander, lumbar check onto Kofi Kingston. We're going to have new tag team champions, I think, here. 2, 3, and we do have new Raw tag team champions. Cedric Alexander and Shelton Benjamin are the new Raw tag team champions. The Hurt Business is booming, as they would say, as the Hurt Business now have another set of championships to add to their stable, because Bobby Lashley is the United States champion and Cedric Alexander and Shelton Benjamin are the Raw tag team champions. Business is booming. The New Day have lost, and we have new Raw tag team champions on the red brand. That's going to boost those ratings. It's going to boost those ratings to the sky, isn't it? That's what's really going to happen. That's how you get the ratings on Monday Night Raw. Give the tag titles to the Hurt Business. Here comes Bobby Lashley, the United States champion. The Hurt Business is draped in gold at this point. As Shelton Benjamin and Cedric Alexander are the new Raw tag team champions. Congratulations. Imagine thinking that Shelton Benjamin was going to be a champion in WWE in 2020 going into 2021. You love to see it. It was a great match. Don't get me wrong. Great match. Great match. Like I said, the issue is that the tag team championships don't mean a damn thing in WWE. That is the problem. And I wish they did. I so wish they did. I'm a huge fan of tag team wrestling. I'm a huge fan of the story, the way you can tell stories in the matches, the use of the referee, all that stuff. Tag team, double team maneuvers. I'm a huge fan of the old tag teams. I wish tag team wrestling meant something in WWE. I really do. But it doesn't. That's the bad thing. Nevertheless, it was an awesome match. I enjoyed the match. Another great match. That's the third match that we've seen tonight. Technically 4, including the pre-show. And great matches. It's a great card. Great show so far. You know, it got me involved in it in the end. I'll give him that. It was a match I really did not care about beforehand. So I'll give him that. I'll give them that. So we've got new Raw Tag Team Champions. What did you guys think of that one? What are you guys thinking of TLC so far? Let me know your thoughts in the live chat. Get involved in the community. Share your opinion. If you are new to the channel, be sure to subscribe. Bottom right hand corner. If you're enjoying TLC, smash a like on that like button as well. I'm fascinated. I don't know about you. I'm absolutely fascinated. Maybe fascinated is not the right word. I'm morbidly curious to see what they're going to do when it comes to Monday Night Raw tomorrow. How are they going to fix Monday Night Raw? Well, what's their attempt at fixing Monday Night Raw going to look like? Because I really don't know. I wouldn't put it past WWE to do nothing. I mean, what is the date today? Technically, it's the 20th in the United States. It's the 21st already over here. So we've got 10 days left of the year at this point. I wouldn't put it past WWE. Just go, you know what? Screw it. We'll wait until 2021. We'll start again. Don't worry, we're going to fix things. Raw's going to be a big reset. We're going to fix Monday Night Raw. Well, I'll believe it when I see it. Okay? I'll believe it when I see it. We're going to fix Raw. We're going to fix the ratings. I don't know. Maybe we'll be the authority again, guys, right? Because that's the thing. Remember 2 years ago? We're the authority. That's the thing. We're the authority. Not Vince McMahon, Stephanie McMahon, Shane McMahon, Triple H. We're the authority. That was 2 years ago. I think if we're the authority, we should be fired because we're not doing a very good job. That's what Stephanie McMahon said, right? When she came out during that infamous Raw segment. That was literally about two years ago last week. The idea that we're not doing a good job lately. That's what Stephanie McMahon said. We're not doing a good job lately. Well, they're doing a terrible job now then. A terrible job. As we're seeing a replay. We're seeing a replay of the Sammy Awards on Friday. When he did Superstar of the Year. And that went to Big E. Who came out in his tuxedo. Ms. King Street Bad Vibes says Roman is the best. Well, Roman Reigns, of course, will be in the main event against Kevin Owens in a TLC match later to come. John Elite for Life says, I think... Ooh, I was just about to read her name. I haven't mentioned her name all night, John. I haven't mentioned her name all night because I think most people think it's going to be that. And it was heavily spoiled on social media before with these journalists that were not allowing people to enjoy the show. There were these journalists that were just randomly putting out, right? Just without any warning about these spoilers. They were just putting out that this was going to be Asuka's partner. Why would you do that? I mean, just those journalists, again, the desperation to be first, the desperation to have the exclusive, the desperation to be like, oh, me, take a look at a bit of me, I got this story right. Come on, let people enjoy the show, let people watch the show. It might not be a good show, it's WWE, I know it's a bit hit and miss. Nevertheless, it's a bit of a crappy year, people want to escape in reality and all that kind of stuff. We got backstage segment with Sami Zayn. We've just had the parody, of course, that they released of Sami Zayn going crazy at people backstage. It was a parody of the Tom Cruise going crazy at people on Mission Impossible 7, which was a lot of fun. And so Sami Zayn is cursing out Kayla Braxton backstage. Sami Zayn's asking her if she has no shame. He says he's under a lot of pressure, a lot of stress. Sami Zayn's attire is great, isn't it? His sort of green camo and his hat, his jacket, his big beard. Sami Zayn once again is going crazy at Kayla Braxton, which is a lot of fun. And she deserves it. She shouldn't be leaking audio. It's wrong. You can't be leaking audio, can you? Change your headphones because the headphones died. Does anyone else get that with AirPods? Do their AirPods die like a lot very quickly? I feel like the charge on these AirPods are terrible. It's very frustrating, especially in the middle of a live stream. But make it work. That's how you can prove we're live. We're more live than Monday Night Raw, folks. That's the thing. So next up, we have the Women's Tag Team Championship. It would look like. So because you can see there, I've gone to great detail for this one, because we can see that Asuka has a mystery partner there. Can you guess who it is? There is a silhouette there, specifically on who this person is going to be. Let me know who you think this mystery partner for Asuka is going to be. You can get in the live chat. Let me know who you think Asuka's mystery partner is going to be. Of course, it was meant to be Lana, but Lana was pulled due to an injury angle that they did on Monday Night Raw. Lana, they reckon, is going to be off TV for, I think, 3 to 4 weeks or something like that. But this is we are moments away from finding out who Asuka's tag team partner is going to be. What I loved, by the way, with Lana beating Nia Jax on Monday, because they're just showing Lana defeating Nia Jax. What I loved about that is seeing Byron Saxton go crazy in the background and flail his arms around in the air, which was funny. Byron Saxton just marking out at ringside. Todd said it's going to be Santina. I mean, potentially Santina. I like that, Santina. What other names are we thinking? Santina's a good one. I like that one. The Gobbledygooker, maybe. Could be Asuka's tag team partner. Maybe if it's not the Gobbledygooker or Santina, maybe we could be looking at... Who else is a good sort of funny, obscure WWE female from back in the day? Cherry. Maybe that might be a good one. Nunn says Nia is a really dangerous worker. What you know is that she wasn't sent back to the WWE Performance Center with Keith Lee, Otis, and others to train. She was not. But Asuka has to find a new partner. Asuka did say to Billie Kay, of course, earlier on in the show that the position had been filled. So we are waiting to see who this partner could be. Todd says Kelly Kelly. Could be Kelly Kelly. So out comes Nia Jax. It's obviously soon to be followed by her tag team partner, the other half of the WWE Women's Tag Team Champions, Shayna Baszler. King Phony Kimball has said who they think the mystery partner will be. I think a lot of people know who it probably is going to be. We'll wait to see if it's confirmed. I do have an idea who it's going to be. I'll let you know I mean, it's difficult to say that I'll let you know my idea once they come out. I know that's kind of not how things work. But you'll see in a second, if it's who I think it's going to be, you'll see why I predicted it was going to be this person, because there is a graphic that will appear on screen. You'll see what I mean. You'll see what I mean. But the tag team champions are in the ring. So they're doing a graphic on the screen right now for WWE Battlegrounds. Has anyone played that? Has anyone played WWE Battlegrounds? Does anyone know if it's actually any good? I've heard some terrible things about it. It's a rubbish game. I don't know if that's true or not. I don't play video games that much anymore. I don't have time. So Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax are in the ring. Here comes Asuka, the Raw Women's Champion. And then, of course, after we see Asuka make her entrance, we will see who this mystery partner is indeed. So we could be looking at a situation, of course, by the end of tonight where Asuka is a double champion. So in the same way that Bayley was a double champion earlier this year and Sasha Banks was also a double champion earlier this year, Asuka could also be a double champion in 2021. So we could see 3 people hold their respective women's championship, and in addition to the women's tag team championship at the same time. Which I don't know what that says about female wrestling in WWE, that they can't make legitimate female tag teams. Maybe. But there is Asuka. So we are just mere moments away. We're just mere moments away from finding out who Asuka's tag team partner is. Be sure to subscribe, bottom right hand corner, smash that like button if you are enjoying TLC. And there we go. We have our answer as to who Asuka's tag team partner, because it's none other than, there she is. Charlotte Flair has returned to the WWE because Charlotte Flair has been revealed as Asuka's tag team partner. Charlotte Flair is back for the first time since June. Of course, it was Nia Jax was the one who put Charlotte Flair on the shelf. In reality, she took some time away to heal up some injuries, have some elective surgery, have some surgeries to help heal up some previous surgeries that had gone wrong, heal up some injuries. But Charlotte Flair is back, and just in time for WrestleMania season. And Charlotte Flair is going to be stepping in the ring with Nia Jax, who in storyline was the one to put her on the shelf with a collarbone injury. Interesting, though, at the time, in addition to Nia Jax putting Charlotte Flair on the shelf, Charlotte Flair was also having matches with Asuka for the Raw Women's Championship. So potentially, we could see a situation where Charlotte Flair not only faces Nia Jax here, but she could also potentially face Asuka too soon. But Charlotte Flair is back. She looks great. And Charlotte Flair is back inside of a WWE ring for the first time since June. So for the first time in about 6 months, Charlotte Flair is back. Oh, and there, Charlotte Flair is now hugging Asuka. So I guess Charlotte Flair isn't a heel anymore. And even though that Charlotte Flair was the queen and having matches with Asuka and a big opponent, they're hugging their best friends now. But the Women's Tag Team Championships are on the line. As you can see on the graphic there, Charlotte Flair is officially back. And Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler are defending against Charlotte Flair and the Raw Women's Champion Asuka. It's going to be Asuka starting the match here. It's going to be Asuka starting off with Shayna Baszler, arguably the two most dominant NXT Women's Champions in the history of the Black and Gold brand. So if you've just joined us, Charlotte Flair has returned to the WWE. Her first appearance in about 6 months since her last appearance on Monday Night Raw, where she was put on the shelf by Nia Jax. In reality, she took some time from WWE to heal up some injuries, have some surgeries, to correct some other surgeries, and some elective surgeries as well. So she is back. She looks fantastic, and like I said, just in time. The women's division, especially on Monday Night Raw, but I guess in general in WWE, really does need Charlotte Flair. A lot of people aren't fans, I know, of Charlotte Flair. A lot of people think she's overpushed, and the opportunities she gets is maybe because of her name and because Vince McMahon's obsession with blondes and all this kind of stuff. I know people think that about Charlotte Flair. What you can't deny about her is her talent. She is an incredibly gifted athlete. She's a fantastic worker. She is a good promo. She is a good character. And Charlotte Flair, look, she is a star. She is a star. WWE is better for having Charlotte Flair compete regularly. But Charlotte Flair is a legitimate star. She's a bona fide star and a great worker. So Charlotte Flair being back is a shot in the arm. She is in. She shot out like a cannon. She hit a Nia Jax off the apron. She's now with Shayna Baszler in the ring. Went for the figure 4, which of course transitions into the figure 8 when it comes to Charlotte Flair. And this is an interesting match, isn't it? Charlotte Flair and Shayna Baszler. I don't know if we've seen these two face off a ton of times. Of course, they were the final two in the Women's Royal Rumble earlier this year. Charlotte Flair actually eliminated Shayna Baszler to win that match. Of course, Charlotte Flair defeated Rhea Ripley at WrestleMania for the NXT Championship. But now we have Charlotte Flair and Nia Jax in the ring. Nia Jax backing up Charlotte Flair into the corner. Nia Jax going to go for a splash in the corner, misses. Charlotte Flair grabs a headlock. Here we go. Whips into the rope. Charlotte Flair goes for a shoulder block. Nia Jax, of course, barely moves. Nia Jax manages to fight off. In comes Asuka with a bit of a blind tag. Now Asuka is going to work over Nia Jax instead. None says I'm a Charlotte mark. Huge fan of her work in ring and her promos. She's about as good as they come. I mean, I'm a huge fan of Charlotte Flair. I think the criticism sometimes at her is sometimes justified in the sense that does she get put into positions that aren't necessarily she doesn't need to be chasing a title all the time. In some cases, it's got ridiculous with Charlotte Flair. I do agree with those people that have that criticism of her. This year is a great example of it. It was a case of Charlotte Flair isn't going to compete for the SmackDown Women's Championship at WrestleMania. She's not going to compete for the Raw Women's Championship at WrestleMania. So they had her face Rhea Ripley for the NXT Women's Championship. Why? Because she needed to have a championship match. They needed to have, Charlotte Flair needs to be chasing a title. She needs to be involved in the title. And in the grand scheme of things, that whole NXT Championship, a Women's Championship experience or experiment worked? No, it didn't. It didn't benefit anyone, really. Yes, the pandemic played into it. I understand it, but it didn't work. But Shayna Baszler is now working over the arm of Asuka as Charlotte Flair's on the apron trying to cheer on Asuka, but Shayna Baszler is working over that arm. She stamped on Asuka's arm a couple of times now, has a bit of a... she's going to do some joint manipulation, I guess, onto the wrist of Asuka. This wrist manipulation, man, it is nasty. When you see how Shayna Baszler does that, man, it looks rough. Really rough. The contortion on that wrist is just painful. Shayna Baszler's legit. I mean, obviously, MMA background, UFC background, catch wrestler. She is legit. Great, of course, to see Charlotte Flair back, as always. We've hit our goal, by the way. We had the aim of hitting 1666, going devilish tonight. We've managed to hit that. We're actually on 1669, so thank you everyone that has subscribed tonight. If you are new to the channel, of course, be sure to subscribe, bottom right-hand corner. Special like if you are excited that Asuka is back. Charlotte Flair, rather, is back. It is nearly 2 a.m. in the morning over here. You have to give me some credit. But Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler are actually in a bit of control here. Nia Jax just thrown Asuka into the barricade there. Since that early flurry that Charlotte Flair was involved in the match, she hasn't been able to tag herself back in. So, I mean, it's smart. I mean, it's logical storytelling there. Obviously, you're not going to have Charlotte Flair take the whole beating here. Obviously, the story they're going to tell in this match is that Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler are going to work over Asuka, and then they're going to tag in Charlotte for the hot tag. The question is now, I suppose, is Charlotte Flair and Asuka, are they going to become tag team champions? Is Asuka going to be another person to hold two titles in one period of time this year, be the third person to do it this year? Is Charlotte Flair going to win a title on her first night back? I'm sure that would infuriate people. The people that don't like Charlotte Flair and complain that she has all these title reigns and is always involved in titles, and as soon as she comes back, if she had a women's tag team championship on her shoulder, people would be livid. There would be a section of social media that would not be happy about that. Be saying, what, are you kidding? What? Charlotte Flair holding a championship soon she's back? One night back in the company, she only returns to be a champion? How dare they? How dare they? I can't believe they would do such a thing. People are gonna hate. Haters gonna hate when it comes to Charlotte Flair. People very much enjoy hating on Charlotte Flair. So Asuka's just hit a spinning back fist on Nia Jax on the outside. Asuka's trying to crawl to that corner. Nia Jax has stopped her. Looks like Shayna Baszler is going to probably attack Charlotte Flair too. Setting up for a spot there, and that's exactly what happened. Asuka dived for the tag. Shayna Baszler pulled Charlotte Flair down. It was a forearm. Here comes Charlotte Flair. Charlotte Flair is in. Here we go. Got some chops on Nia Jax. And Ric Flair's backstage as well. They're going to a shot backstage because, of course, you've got to mention Ric Flair about Charlotte Flair, man. She just kicked Nia Jax. Nia Jax sort of collapsed to the floor there. I hope she didn't hurt her knee or anything like that. Looked nasty. Here we go. Exploder suplex by Charlotte Flair. Just does a kip up. I mean, Charlotte Flair just legitimately, she looks great. I think it's the best she's looked in a long, long time. Forearm shot to the face of Nia Jax. Go bang. Working over the knee of Nia Jax too. Oh, and a big boot. A big boot by Charlotte Flair to Nia Jax as well. Nia Jax kicks out at 2 though. Shayna Baszler manages to pull Nia Jax out of the ring, but it's just hit with a knee from Asuka on the apron. Here we go. Charlotte Flair is going to go up to the top. She's going to go for a moonsault, I think. Beautiful moonsault. The thing is that Charlotte Flair hits that moonsault. It's like overly perfect, and she doesn't really take anyone out. It's always a little bit of a bugbear of mine. She does the nice moonsault, but it doesn't. She doesn't really land on anyone. She almost lands too perfectly. Hell of a hot tag there that's going on. Charlotte Flair is got a ton of momentum. Here we go. Gonna go for the figure eight. Kicked into the corner though by Nia Jax. Nia Jax gonna go for a Samoan drop. Charlotte Flair manages to fight out. I think Asuka got a blind tag. Samoan drop. There you go. Asuka's gonna go for the top rope there. Gonna go for a missile drop kick. All the way. Nia Jax rolled to all the way to the other side of the ring. Shayna Baszler tagged herself in. Baszler went for a Kirifuda clutch. Asuka's going to go for an Asuka lock. Oh, here we go. Joint manipulation again. Kirifuda clutch locked in with Shayna Baszler. Flair's managed to tag herself in. Charlotte Flair is a bit of a backbreaker. Oh, almost a version of a lethal connection there. Into the middle turnbuckle. Another big boot to Nia Jax. Charlotte Flair is on a roll. Baszler's going to go for that Kirifuda clutch. Is it going to be a small package? I don't know who was pinning who there for a second. Flair's going to go for it. She's got the figure four locked in. She's going to bridge into that figure eight. Figure eight is locked in. This is going to be it. Oh, Nia Jax manages to stop it. A hip attack by Asuka from the apron onto Nia Jax on the outside. It's just Baszler and Flair in the ring. Kirifuda clutch again. Charlotte Flair's going to roll through. She's got a pin. Shoulders are down. Baszler rolls out. What a finish. Natural selection. That's going to be it. Natural selection. And we have new women's tag team champions. Back-to-back title changes because Charlotte Flair is back and Charlotte Flair is a champion. We have new women's tag team champions. Asuka and Charlotte Flair are new women's tag team champions. Two singles wrestlers become tag team champions again. I'm sure the Charlotte Flair haters are in uproar because Charlotte Flair is back and they are new women's tag team champions. Asuka is currently holding 2 championships in WWE. She is the Raw Women's Champion and one half of the Women's Tag Team Champion. And Charlotte Flair, after being away for 6 months, comes back and is immediately one half of the Women's Tag Team Champions. Charlotte Flair gets the victory of the natural selection. Now you notice that Charlotte Flair pinned Shayna Baszler there, not Nia Jax, so potentially we could see a situation where... Now Ric Flair is backstage, looks like Ric Flair's crying. I mean, what's new? The sun is going to set and rise, and Ric Flair cries. It rhymes. But I wonder how quickly will Charlotte Flair turn her attention to that Raw Women's Championship. But Charlotte Flair is back, and she is one half of the Women's Tag Team Champions. So there you go. We have a return. We have back-to-back tag team title changes. The Raw Tag Team Championships have changed, and now the WWE Women's Tag Team Championships have changed as well. Todd says 2 bouts Asuka. That's damn right. As we're watching that promo again of the WWE champion Drew McIntyre taking on the year 2020. Well, he's meant to be taking on an animation, I guess, of the virus. And Drew McIntyre hits 2020 with a Claymore. Roman Reigns hits a Superman punch on 2020. Bayley hits a reverse elbow. John Cena hits a 5-knuckle shuffle from WrestleMania 32 on the year 2020. I don't know how that's possible, considering WrestleMania 32 took place in 2016. So John Cena hit a 5-knuckle shuffle 4 years ago on the year 2020. Here comes 2021. 2021 is now beating the hell out of 2020. I mean, I hope 2021 is a better year. I really do. It doesn't feel like it will be right now, considering it's, 10 days away? Sami Zayn's backstage, and he's saying that R-Truth and Big E were the person that leaked the clips of Sami Zayn shouting at all the WWE staff. Kevin Avery says, damn, another title for Charlotte. See, I said there'll be people. I said there will be people that don't like it. So we're having this backstage segment with R-Truth, Big E, and Sami Zayn. If you're happy that Charlotte back, smash a like on that like button. If you are new to the channel, be sure to subscribe. Bottom right hand corner. We're currently on 1669. Can we get to 1,700 subscribers by the end of tonight? If we get one more, we'll be on 1,700. What a round number. What a great number that would be. So it looks like we're definitely setting up for a Sami Zayn versus Big E feud over that Intercontinental Championship. That definitely does feel like what we're getting to soon, doesn't it? So of course, Big E was the person that pinned him earlier on the kickoff show earlier tonight, as Michael Cole just said. Well, this is very, very interesting because the match we're going to see next is for the Universal Championship. We only have 2 matches left on this show. We have the Universal Championship match and the FireFly Inferno match. The match next is the Universal Championship match, which is a TLC match. So the main event of this show is going to be the Fiend versus Randy Orton in a FireFly Inferno match. So what does that mean? What does that mean? I think that means we're going to get a ring surrounded by fire, and that's how they end the show. And we're going to get a stunt or something that is so crazy that people might be talking about it. That is very, very interesting. I would have assumed massively that the main event of this show would be this match, the TLC match for the Universal Championship, but it's not. The final match is going to be this FireFly Inferno match. What is that going to be? What is that going to look like? That is going to be very interesting. Very interesting match decision here. What do you guys think about that? That the main event is going to be this FireFly Inferno match. This has been a feud, of course. The Roman Reigns versus Kevin Owens feud been arguably one of, if not the best thing on WWE TV in recent weeks. It's been absolutely, spectacular, really, hasn't it? This match that certainly a lot of people are excited about, myself included. Roman Reigns versus Kevin Owens. It's going to be a lot of fun. If it's anything like the TLC match we saw earlier this evening, this is going to be very, very good. Of course, you've got the guy, Roman Reigns, talking all about the family, being the head of the table, and going up against the guy that is the ultimate family man in Kevin Owens. That's what they're talking about here, that Kevin Owens fights for his family and he cares for his family. Now, obviously, are we going to have the Universal Championship change here? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. But I'm really taken aback. I'm really taken aback that the main event here is going to be the FireFly Inferno match. That has really surprised me. I don't know what you guys think. You can let me know in the live chat or in the comments. That has really surprised me. Really surprised me. Nunn says, Baszler is a super good worker. She just needs mic time, in my opinion. Her promos are her biggest weakness. That I also feel creative just doesn't know how to use a strong woman without a stupid gimmick. Well, if you want to see the best way to book Shayna Baszler, look how she was booked in NXT. That's the way to book Shayna Baszler. The problem is the people that book Monday Night Raw aren't the people that book NXT. That's the biggest difference right there. But going back to what I was just talking about before, is that obviously the main event of this show is going to be the FireFly Inferno match. It's going to be Randy Orton versus The Fiend. That is very, very interesting. That's, well, not more than interesting, it's fascinating, isn't it? Because that means, I think we're getting something crazy. We are going to get something very, very odd to finish off the show. We're going to see something very, very interesting. Whether I said the ring surrounded by fire, it could be cinematic. Let's not rule that out. There is a potential it could be cinematic. Do I think it will be? I don't. I said this in the preview. We did a preview on the channel. Be sure to check it out. That I don't know about you. I feel at this point when it comes to cinematic matches in 2020, I'm kind of done with them. I'm kind of over cinematic matches, I think, at this point. Not that I never want to see them again, but I do think, look, cinematic matches have their purpose. They absolutely do. But I just feel that they have been overdone this year. They have been overdone. And that's for a variety of reasons, of course. That's because of necessity and a lack of fans and a different way of doing television, a different way of doing matches. I get it. I do get it. But they do feel like it's just been slightly overdone. John Elite for Life says this isn't the main event. No, it is not. The main event will be the Fiend Bray Wyatt versus Randy Orton in the FireFly Inferno match. So we're getting a non-title match, main event the show. We are getting a gimmick match. The irony being that it's called, the event is TLC. The event is tables, ladders and chairs. And a tables, ladders and chairs match is not going to main event the TLC pay-per-view. Look into that however you will. But this one's going to be a lot of fun. If you're excited about the Firefly Inferno match main event, smash a like on the like button. Here comes Roman Reigns, though. Head of the table, WWE Universal Champion. And we have reached 1670. Thank you everyone that has subscribed. If you haven't already, you can do that. Click bottom right hand corner. Here comes Roman Reigns. He's got the gold gauntlet on that he wears on the pay-per-views in his Universal Championship defenses. And Roman Reigns, man, he's jacked. I mean, he is jacked beyond belief, man. This guy is a unit. And he's got some serious Edge promo, doesn't he? His promo rivals Edge's. It really does. It really does. Who's got better promo? Roman Reigns or Edge? Because this close. Roman Reigns got some serious Edge promo. Pyro. I keep saying promo. Pyro going on. It's because it's nearly 2 a.m. over here. This is the dedication you have to have as a UK wrestling fan. You have to stay up like 2 a.m. in the morning. This event's been very good. TLC's been a lot of fun though. I enjoy doing these watch-alongs. I enjoy doing these live streams. Always it helps when you've got a good show to watch as well. And let's face it, TLC has been very, very good. And Kevin Abreu says, can you see fans in the Royal Rumble or WrestleMania 37? You know, I always felt that WWE's aim was to have fans back at the Royal Rumble. Vince McMahon's got this perception of what WWE should look like, though. And this is the thing. When they had the shows at the WWE Performance Center, and they were doing those empty arena shows, and eventually they had the Performance Center recruits around there, Vince McMahon didn't want to have the Performance Center recruits surrounded the ring because he felt like it made WWE look like an independent show. And it's the same when it comes to having fans in the arena. Vince McMahon doesn't want to have an arena and fans at 10% capacity, 20% capacity, 15% capacity because he thinks that makes WWE look like minor league. He thinks that makes WWE look small or not that big time, where in reality that's just the way the world is working at the moment. So Vince McMahon's idea and hope has been for a Royal Rumble with fans at 50, 60, 70% capacity. Knowing what we know at the moment, and I don't know what the situation is like in America, I don't think it's much better than it is here in the UK, and in the UK it's not great. I've heard America is actually, it's worse. I just don't know. I just don't know. Could I see them doing Royal Rumble with fans at 10% capacity, the same they do for Daily's Place for Dynamite? Absolutely. Absolutely. Will Vince McMahon want to do that, though? I don't know. I don't know. His dream is to have, have a full stadium full of people at WrestleMania or for the Royal Rumble. That isn't going to happen. That is not going to happen. It just isn't. Roman Reigns is in the ring, though. Interesting that Roman Reigns was allowed to carry his title out to the ring and they can hang it up, but Drew McIntyre wasn't. I don't know if that's fair. But Roman Reigns, I mean, this guy, look, he hasn't lost since he came back at SummerSlam. This guy is an absolute monster, an absolute machine. His work as a heel this year in WWE has been nothing short of spectacular. He is the top guy in the company. By being the top heel, I think he's become the top babyface. He's the top character. Nobody can touch Roman Reigns right now. Nobody. This guy is... Carmella talks about being untouchable. Roman Reigns truly is untouchable right now. Absolutely spectacular. And I think this match is going to be just fantastic. This was a match I was really looking forward to. I still am really looking forward to this one. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to this main event, though. The Fiend versus... Oh, here comes Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens just attacked Roman Reigns. No entrance for Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens has started this one hot. He just appeared out of nowhere. The Universal Championship was being hung up by the referee. Roman Reigns was staring at it, and out of nowhere came Kevin Owens. So this match is starting out hot. Kevin Owens is all over Roman Reigns right now. Roman Reigns is in the corner. Here we go. Kevin Owens going to go for a cannonball. Bang! What a start. Roman Reigns is off guard and Kevin Owens is not messing around here. Roman Reigns being thrown into the barricade by Kevin Owens, so we're going to have another cannonball. Here we go. Oh. Now go, Kevin. Forget about it. Go grab that Universal Championship. Kevin Owens looks like he's going to try and inflict some punishment here. Man, what a hot start. Didn't see that one coming. Going to throw Reigns. Oof, throws Reigns into those steel steps. Roman Reigns just threw those steel steps all over the place. He takes a great steel steps bumps. Kevin Owens is on the apron. What's he doing here? Oh my god, frog splash. Off the ring apron onto Roman Reigns. What a start. Kevin Owens is not messing around here. So a totally different style to this match than the TLC match from earlier. Roman Reigns is spitting onto the floor. It looks like he can't catch his breath. I mean, look at this. That frog splash was nasty. I don't think Roman Reigns is selling. I think that's legit. Man, that hurt. Reigns trying to catch his breath. Well, here comes Jey Uso. Super kick to Jey Uso. You knew this was going to happen. Immediately out comes Jey Uso. Flies into the ring. Just gets super kicked right in the face by Kevin Owens. I suppose that's what Kevin Owens has got to deal with here. He's got to deal with knowing that Jey Uso is going to appeal at every second. Kevin Owens is going to hit Jey Uso with the steel chair. I suppose you've got to find a way in the logic of this match to take out Jey Uso so he doesn't play into it. So I wouldn't be surprised if Jey Uso at some point takes a bump through a table or something like that. It is a TLC match overall. After all, rather. Jey Uso is fighting back. It's essentially a handicap match at this point. Oh, Jey Uso just went for a super kick. Kevin Owens just smashed over a steel chair. And here we go. Kevin Owens is just destroying Jey Uso's leg and his ankle. What a great start to this match. He's going to go for a Pillmanizer. Oh, just Pillmanized his ankle. He might have just broke Jey Uso's ankle. What a way of incapacitating Jey Uso. Trapped his ankle in that steel chair and jumped on it. So here we go. Kevin Owens is going to smash up this announce table. He's clearing the announce table. Here we go. You see a replay. I mean, that shot of when Jey Uso went for the super kick and Kevin Owens just smashed it with a steel chair was awesome. Then he hits the Pillmanizer on the ankle. So Jey Uso is completely incapacitated here. We've got the referees and medical staff surrounding Jey Uso. Great storytelling here. Fantastic storytelling. How do you take Jey Uso out of the match? Because in reality, he's... Oh, here we go. Drive-by to Kevin Owens. What a start. What a start to this one. Fantastic. So Jey Uso is being helped out of the arena, and you know that that consequence is going to come back to Jey Uso as well. This is the great storytelling with this. Roman Reigns is going to blame Jey Uso. Even if he wins, he's going to say, you abandoned me. I don't care if you were injured. You had a job. You were there to help me, to help the head of the table, and you failed. You limped your way to the back. Brilliant, brilliant storytelling so far. They've taken Jey Uso out of the match. They've planted a seed for a further issue when it comes to Roman Reigns and Jey Uso in the future, and they've started the match hot. Brilliant, brilliant. Roman Reigns just smashed the steps into the face of Kevin Owens. He's done it twice. Brutal. He's going to smash him on the floor. Man. What a start to this match. What a match so far. Roman Reigns is destroying Jey Uso, Kevin Owens with the steps. He's throwing the steps around all over the place. He nearly hit the referee there. Awesome. Awesome start. Roman Reigns, his matches on pay-per-view at the moment, they are something else. There are reports Michael Hayes was helping them put these matches together. These are brilliant. What a match so far. Started off hot. So many stories, so much storytelling here, so much atmosphere. I mean, there's no one there and it feels like this has got a big atmosphere. Absolutely brilliant. Now Reigns is going to throw more ladders into the ring at this point. Looks like he wants to punish Kevin Owens. Oh, here we go. Smashes Kevin Owens in the shoulder with a ladder there. He's going to hit him in the... Swings it, Terry Funk style, into the shoulder of Kevin Owens. And again, third time. Such a great pace to this one. Starting it off hot, again, completely different. This is already completely different to the TLC match we saw to open the show here at the event. And that was fantastic too. That was brilliant too. Really enjoyed the opener. But this match already is completely different. Absolutely different. Great stuff by Roman Reigns so far. Nunn says, what do you think the chances are that Jimmy Uso comes back in this match to help Roman? I think there's a big chance. But it can go the other way. I think absolutely Jimmy Uso could be involved in this. I don't know the timeline on his return, to be honest. They were saying January. I mean, it's nearly January now. It's potential. There's potential. So potentially, I could see Jey Uso coming back out. He's so subservient to Roman Reigns at this point that he has to come back out. Kevin Owens is trying to swing with a chair. Oh, he's trying to use a chair for protection, but Roman Reigns is just brutalizing Kevin Owens with the head of that chair. He's caving in the sternum with the head of that chair. This was a Roman Reigns that looked in trouble a couple of minutes ago. Now he's completely in control. And another chair shot to the back of Kevin Owens. Fantastic start to this match. And again, they're playing with the pace of this match. It started off quick, started off hot. Kevin Owens is going crazy, attacks Roman Reigns, attacks Jey Uso, Pillmanizes the ankle of Jey Uso. Now Roman Reigns is back in control. Where does the pace go? Slows down completely. That's how you tell stories. You pick up the pace, you slow it, you control the tempo of the match, you control the narrative, control the story, the flow of the story in the match. Brilliant stuff so far. That's what Roman Reigns, his matches have been so far. It's just great story. Here we go. Roman Reigns is going to go for a bit of a Samoan drop onto the chairs. Owens manages to fight out. Might be a powerbomb. He's going to go to powerbomb here. It looks like it's going to end up in a backdrop. Backdrop across two chairs to Kevin Owens. And here we go. This is the great stuff about Roman Reigns right now. It's the faces. It's the storytelling. It's the close zoom up on the face of Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns is talking to himself. He's talking smack to himself. He's unhappy. He feels disrespected. And they're telling stories. This is what WWE and pro wrestling's all about. Telling stories. Roman Reigns matches are perfect at it. Absolutely perfect at it. That's why Roman Reigns' matches since his return have been so fantastic, because he's told stories. And he's told stories through drama, through his physicality, through his facial reactions, through his promos. Awesome. Now Reigns has set up the ladder at this point. Looks like he's going to climb. In comes Kevin Owens once again. He's got a steel chair. Now he's attacking Roman Reigns. Steel chair to the back of Roman Reigns. And another one. Chair to the gut. Steel chair to the back. And the way they're portraying Kevin Owens right now is this guy that he won't give up. He's fighting for his family. Like he said to Roman Reigns on SmackDown, you have to kill me. I'll die trying. Kevin Owens, here we go. He's going to go for a fisherman suplex onto the chair. Nasty. Very, very nasty. That chair, look at it. That chair looks like it's been crumpled in half. Kevin Owens is asking Roman Reigns if he's okay. Reigns has a wide-eyed look on his face. Kevin Owens is in pain as well. They're talking smack to each other on the canvas as well. This is great. Now Kevin Owens is going to climb. I mean, realistically, we know Kevin Owens is probably not going to win this one, but it's the drama. If they can create drama, if they can make you believe that at some point Kevin Owens could win, like now. I mean, Owens is up there. Jey Uso is back. Here we go. I told you he'd be back. On one leg, on one foot, Jey Uso is back. And now once again, Jey Uso is fighting with Kevin Owens. I mean, how many camera cuts? Man, Kevin Dunn, calm it down. We don't need this many camera cuts. Man, I'm nearly having a fit over here. Jeez. Kevin Owens delivering some right hands to Jey Uso. Here comes Roman Reigns with a Superman punch. Superman punch to Kevin Owens. Jey Uso's in the ring on one foot. So even with a potentially broken foot, a potentially broken ankle, Jey Uso's back out. Like I said, he's fully behind Roman Reigns at this point. He's subservient to Roman Reigns. Reigns is the head of the table. He is falling in line with his cousin. As you see in the replay, Kevin Owens was at the top. He nearly had it, and in comes Jey Uso on one leg and all. Even that tells a lot about the story, right? It tells a lot about the story. This was a guy a couple of months ago that was completely rebelling and was fighting against his cousin. Now he's, even with a broken ankle potentially, is doing the bidding for the head of the table, for the right of his family. All of it, it just, if you look into it at these points of view, it's fantastic. This is the storytelling here. That's why Reigns matches have been so great recently, because it's just logical storytelling. We've got two tables in the ring now. Two tables in the ring that have been set up. One by Jey Uso. Looks like Roman Reigns has the other table. So we're going to get some table bumps at this point. Is one for Jey Uso and the other for Kevin Owens? Maybe. This is going to be very interesting. And once again, we get a tight shot on Roman Reigns' face. We get some storytelling elements there. And look at Reigns. He's literally got his foot stomping on the back of the head of Kevin Owens, driving his face into the canvas, rubbing his face in it, quite literally. Brutal. Jey Uso still favouring his ankle. And the Samoan dynasty does not look happy. They look like they want to send a message. Gonna go for another super kick. Oh no, Kevin Owens is fighting back. Kevin Owens a super kick of his own to Jey Uso. He's gonna go for it. Stunner. A stunner to Roman Reigns. Reigns is out. He's out of the ring. Paul Heyman's at ringside. Doesn't look like it is. What's going on? Paul Heyman's just standing there like that going, I don't know what's going on. Great match so far. A super kick to Jey Uso, hits the stunner. Reigns sells a pretty decent stunner, in fairness to him. Doesn't sell it like his cousin The Rock, though. The Rock has the best stunner sell ever, doesn't he? He flops around the ring, bounces off the ropes a million times. And Kevin Owens looking like to set up a ladder again. KO's just gone straight to the ankle once again of Jey Uso because he's brawling with Jey Uso on the outside. A pop-up powerbomb. Oh, through the table. Kevin Owens just hit a pop-up powerbomb to Jey Uso through the table. Nice move. This is a great match. Such high action. Kevin Owens is just, he's having these bursts in this match. Look at this. Not the best pop-up powerbomb in the world, but it was sort of a short arm one. Because it was kind of a ripcord kind of deal. Nunn says Owens is about to go through the table set in the corner diagonally. I mean, maybe, but he's just buried Jey Uso under the announce table here. They're doing what happened to Kevin Owens on SmackDown. He is being buried. Jey Uso is buried under the announce table. So now it is one-on-one Kevin Owens and Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns is still on the outside, I guess, selling that stunner. KO is climbing. He's climbing. Here comes Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns is coming up as well. Owens nearly had the title. I mean, the drama of these TLC matches is absolutely fantastic. It's the same with the ladder. It's the climb. It's when they have their hands nearly on the gold. Owens is fighting back. I mean, like I said, we know that Kevin Owens probably isn't going to win, but they've created drama here. You can't say they haven't. Kevin Owens, Soko. Michael Cole's doing a fantastic job on commentary as well. He's really selling it. Reigns is fighting back. Here we go. Reigns managed to pull Kevin Owens down, so they're both in the ring once again. Went for a super kick. Oh, Reigns has got him in a powerbomb position. Oh my god. Roman Reigns just powerbombed Kevin Owens onto a ladder that was set up in the corner, and Kevin Owens' back of his head just bounced off the ladder. That was nasty. Kevin Owens is not staying down though. He's still moving. I see a replay of it. Look at KO's head bounce. Look at this. Michael Cole just twice has called a ladder a table. And every time he's done it, he's gone quiet afterwards because he knows, he goes, oh, it's not a table, it's a ladder. This is the second time. Oh, man, that was nasty. They set up the ladder on its side, did a backdrop. Kevin Owens' back and his head lands on the side of the ladder. Did Michael Cole call it a spine buster through a table as well? Very well. It's going to be a choke slam. Choke slam Kevin Owens just through a table as well at ringside. Kevin Owens is getting the how kicked out of him. Now Reigns is going to try and unbury Jey Uso from under this debris from the announce table here. Here we go. We're seeing another replay of the choke slam through the table there. Nasty. Fantastic match so far. I mean, drama. Reigns just dumped that office chair onto Kevin Owens as well, who's still through the sort of wreckage of that table. Man, this match has been brutal. It's been fast-paced. It's been tough. If you're enjoying this match, smash a like on that like button. If you're new, subscribe bottom right-hand corner. This one is physical. This one is brutal. Roman Reigns is Samoan drop. Kevin Owens is through a table again. His second table bump there. Kevin Owens has gone through the table twice. And you see again, once again, they're telling stories because they're going tight on the face of Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns is talking smack. He's saying who supports families now. Roman Reigns feels disrespected and he is making Kevin Owens pay. Kevin Owens has gone through 2 tables. Kevin Owens has taken shots on ladders. He's taken power bombs onto ladders, power bombs onto the side of ladders. This one has been physical, it's brutal, and now Roman Reigns can easily and without any sort of friction, without any challenge, walk to the ladder. Is he going to climb it and go for the Universal Championship? Or is he going to send more of a message? Roman Reigns is climbing. He's doing the pro wrestler climb, the slow. What's going on? Oh, Kevin Owens is back. You thought that Roman Reigns was easy. There was a clear path, but Roman Reigns is... Kevin Owens is back, and now Roman Reigns is laughing at him. Roman Reigns is laughing at Kevin Owens because Kevin Owens won't give up. And this is a babyface performance, if I've ever seen one, by KO right now. Kevin Owens will not die. It's Mick Foley. Kevin Owens is doing a Mick Foley. Kevin Owens is going full Mick Foley. The guy won't die. He won't give up. And Roman Reigns continues to talk smack about Kevin Owens. Roman Reigns says that Kevin Owens is embarrassing his family. He's embarrassing his family. He's shoving him in the face. He's slapping him in the face. Man, I tell you, this is This is a crowning moment. Kevin Owens just slapped Roman Reigns in the face, and he's just been speared through the table. That table exploded. Oh my word. Kevin Owens is out. He is sat in the corner. He is done. Oh my god, that bump that Kevin Owens just took through the table. He had to sort of roll himself out the ring there. But dude, look at this. They're going to show a replay. Kevin Owens slapped Reigns in the face. Look, this table exploded. Oh my god. It literally just exploded. Man, oh man. Kevin Owens had to roll out of the ring because he was kind of just sat in that position like this, like I'm sat in this chair. Kevin Owens is still moving though. Reigns looks confused about this guy moving. I think KO might just be speared through the barricade. Here we go. He's set up in the famous position right next to that barricade where people have been speared through it a million bazillion times. Roman Reigns is doing his villain monologues nevertheless, which are absolutely fantastic. Here we go. I think KO's going to get speared through the barricade. Get ready, KO. It's going to explode. Oh, he missed! Kevin Owens suckered him in. I thought it was coming. He missed. KO might have some opportunity here. Reigns goes for the spear. Kevin Owens missed. The barricade explodes because Roman Reigns just speared himself through the barricade. Look at this. I mean, Roman Reigns hit it. I mean, I thought it was legit. Oh my god. It just exploded, man. Look at drama. Look at Greg Hamilton on the chair with his feet up in the air. No way. It's Jey Uso's got to stop him. Jey Uso's going to stop him. KO's climbing the ladder. Roman Reigns is nowhere near. They're creating some major drama here. And Roman Reigns has managed to get back in quickly. KO had his fingertips on the title. It was close. Roman Reigns managed to fight back. Man, what a match this is. Reigns is pulling down KO. He's pulling him down rung by rung. He's going to shove Kevin Owens into the ladder. Oh. KO's face just smashed into that ladder. What a match. It's not even over yet. What a show. This show's been awesome. This show's been fantastic. Kevin Owens still is moving though. Reigns is looking more and more PO'd with every second. Reigns is talking to Paul Heyman. He doesn't look happy. Oh, KO just hit a super kick. He's going to hit another one. Another super kick. KO's going to try something again. He's going to go for a pop-up powerbomb. Oh, and a Superman punch by Roman Reigns. Reigns counters into a Superman punch. Reigns going to go for a spear or a pop-up powerbomb through the table. Roman Reigns has just gone through a table. His back looks all messed up and Roman Reigns is on the outside. There's no way, right? No way. Kevin Owens just pop-up powerbomb Roman Reigns through the table. Roman Reigns is on the outside. Kevin Owens is trying to set up the ladder. He's trying to climb. There's no way. There is no way he could do this. What drama this is right now. Kevin Owens is climbing. Jey Uso is going to have to come in from somewhere. He's grabbing. He's close. He's close. Once again, Jey Uso. Like I said, it's Jey Uso. Kevin Owens has his hand on it. He has his hand on it. Jey Uso's fighting. Jey Uso's fighting him. Kevin Owens headbutt. Another headbutt. Another one. He's trying to get rid of Jey Uso. Oh, and he pulls KO down and a stunner. Stunner to Jey Uso. That's probably the distraction that Roman Reigns needed though. KO's climbing. It might just be one obstacle too many. KO's climbing though. He's climbing. I don't know where Roman Reigns is. Owens is climbing. Is this going to be it? Roman Reigns is back. Roman Reigns is back. And a low blow. A low blow by Roman Reigns. Punched him straight in the balls. Reigns is going to try and... Oh, he's going to go. He's got the guillotine. Guillotine submission. This might be it. Guillotine submission across the top of the ladder. Squeezing it. Kevin Owens looks out. He's out. Kevin Owens' body is limp. Roman Reigns, this should be it. He has a clear path to that Universal title, which is now swinging in the balance. I think surely he's going to grab the title. He's going to grab the gold. Roman Reigns unhooks the title and once again retains the Universal Championship. What a match. That was brilliant. Absolutely superb. What a match. Some of the matches on this show tonight have been incredible. The ladder's about to fall. Absolutely fantastic. Superb. We knew Kevin Owens wasn't going to win that match. We knew Kevin Owens wasn't going to win. And yet at certain points, my reaction will probably be like your reaction at home. I believed for just that second. I was, there's no way. But for a second, I believed. And that shows you how good that match was. How great that match was. Roman Reigns has done it again. He has done it again. Another pay-per-view match that has been absolutely superb. Clash of Champions Jey Uso, Hell in the Cell Jey Uso, Survivor Series with Drew McIntyre, now TLC with Kevin Owens. Roman Reigns is just on fire, and Kevin Owens, what a performance by Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens had his Mick Foley moment. This guy just won't die, and eventually at the end it's just too much because the odds are too big to overcome. But Kevin Owens, what a performance by Kevin Owens. What a match with Roman Reigns once again. And it's not even the main event. How does Randy Orton and The Fiend top that? Awesome. Dominic says, hi, how you doing? Hope you're enjoying TLC tonight because what a match. What a match, and we're not finished just yet. Oh my word. Roman Reigns has retained his Universal Championship. He hooked the guillotine on Kevin Owens at the top. He hit him with a low blow before that. Kevin Owens fought against the odds. Man, what a pay-per-view this has been. What a pay-per-view, what a match. Awesome. Roman Reigns, this guy is he is on another level right now. Another level. And the family gets the victory with the advocate there as well, Paul Heyman. Kevin Owens looks despondent. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. And I guarantee you, ladies and gentlemen, a Goldberg match at WrestleMania ain't going to be as good as that. Nowhere near. What would you rather have? Would you rather have what we just saw right now? Or would you rather have a 3-minute match of Roman Reigns versus Goldberg at WrestleMania? I know exactly what I would rather see. And I know exactly what I think would probably do better for business in the long run. Because of course you would rather see this match as opposed to a 3-minute match with Reigns versus Goldberg at WrestleMania. You kidding me? Awesome. What a match. Really enjoyed that match. If you enjoyed that match, smash a like on the like button. Be sure to subscribe, bottom right hand corner. If you are new to the channel, we do daily news videos. We upload roughly 3 or 4 videos a day here on the channel, which is a lot, but we talk a lot of pro wrestling. We talk about WWE, AEW, talk a lot about Impact Wrestling here on the channel. We do watch-alongs like this, so be sure to subscribe, bottom right-hand corner, click that notification bell. You won't miss a single time when we do upload a video or we do go live to do videos like this. If you've enjoyed this stream so far, if you're enjoying TLC, be sure to smash a like on the like button. We're not finished yet, though, because we have one more match left for this show, and that is going to be the FireFly Inferno match between Bray Wyatt and Randy Orton, which is next. Which is very exciting. I'm still trying to wrap my head around that we just saw, that TLC match for the Universal Championship between Roman Reigns and Kevin Owens. Spectacular. Absolutely spectacular. Superb. I mean, the superlatives don't do enough to describe it. That was... Roman Reigns. What it said, what a year he's having. Since he returned, think of those list of pay-per-view matches. Jey Uso, Clash of Champions... Jey Uso once again, Hell in a Cell match at Hell in a Cell. Drew McIntyre at Survivor Series. And then, of course, that against Kevin Owens, TLC match for the Universal Championship at TLC. Do you want to include his payback match that he wasn't really in? Probably not. But, man, we're seeing an advert for the Royal Rumble now, by the way, as well. Of course, that's coming up in January. And we will be doing a watch-along for the Royal Rumble in January, which I'm really excited about. First ever time we've done a Royal Rumble watch-along here on the channel. So super excited about that. So You can join us January 31st, Sunday, January 31st, 2021. Subscribe, bottom right hand corner. You'll be notified when we go live for the Royal Rumble in January. So if you subscribe now, you'll be sure you don't miss a thing. We've got an on-camera right now of Tom Phillips, Samoa Joe and Byron Saxton, because of course the main event is up next, is that FireFly Inferno match. Andrew Pollard says, I swear I almost missed the whole show. I'm so glad I'm watching. Oh, absolutely fantastic. Awesome show. I mean, it really has been superb, hasn't it? It really has been superb. And again, some people wanted to miss tonight's show, or some people, you know, those journalists online are saying that those journalists online were trying to tower and spoil the show. Look, it's a good show. It's a good show. Will it do anything for Monday Night Raw tomorrow? Who knows? They've just announced that the Intercontinental Championship will be on the line this Friday night on SmackDown. Sami Zayn will be defending against Big E. Could probably see a title change there, I would think, actually. But coming up next is our main event, which is the first ever FireFly Inferno match between Randy Orton and the Fiend Bray Wyatt. What is this going to look like? What is this going to be? I don't know. You can see behind me, we've got the fire going on behind me. I mean, are we going to see a legit Inferno match? Are we going to see a cinematic match? Is the ring going to be surrounded by fire? What are we going to see? What do you guys think we're going to see? Let me know your thoughts in the live chat. What do we think we're going to see? This is going to be very, very interesting. Let's do a quick subscriber count, see where we are. Currently on 1701. So yeah, I really appreciate everyone that subscribed, that is new to the channel. So obviously they're doing the, this is the main event, and obviously the story is about Randy Orton and Bray Wyatt's history when Randy Orton infiltrated the Wyatt family, burnt down the Wyatt family compound as well. We all remember that, don't we? And when Randy Orton burnt down the Wyatt family compound, burnt down Sister Abigail. It was a great moment on SmackDown Live 2017. People still talk about it to this day, don't they? Arguably one of Bray Wyatt's biggest feuds in WWE so far. The thing that was, I guess, the most disappointing about that whole Bray Wyatt and Randy Orton storyline back in 2017 is that the match at WrestleMania was so disappointing. It was awful. It was, I mean, to put it bluntly, it was terrible, wasn't it? The match at WrestleMania in 2017. Yeah, it was just horrific. It was rubbish. You had the projections over the ring with the maggots and the worms, and Bray Wyatt lost his WrestleMania match like he always lost his WrestleMania match. And then they had the rematch, of course, at Extreme Rules a couple of weeks later. Was that the House of Horrors match? That's why another reason I don't want this to be a cinematic match. If this is a cinematic match, we've seen that cinematic match between Bray Wyatt and Randy Orton before. I know the House of Horrors wasn't exactly cinematic. It was kind of a hybrid, but it just wasn't good. It was not good. And you can argue, you know, when it comes to The Fiend this year, has his cinematic matches, have they been good? Have they been great? That Wyatt Swamp fight was something. I mean, that was really not good at all. I really did not enjoy that. The FireFly Funhouse match with John Cena at WrestleMania, I think divided opinion. I subscribe to the theory that the match against John Cena at WrestleMania was not a match. It was a segment. It was something. I don't think it was bad. I just don't think it was a match. So I don't know. I think this long promo package and all this kind of stuff going on right now, I think I'm hoping the ring's surrounded by fire. I don't want to see anything cinematic. I want to see the match surrounded by fire. I don't think that we're going to see someone set on fire, unfortunately. Dominic Singh says, who will win? Bray Wyatt versus Randy Orton. Any guess? I think The Fiend wins it. The Fiend's only lost to Goldberg, and unfortunately Randy Orton is no Goldberg in the sense of WWE. I think he offers obviously a hell of a lot more, but I think The Fiend wins this. I mentioned it in the preview, though. It does make you wonder, when it comes to Randy Orton, obviously he's going to be feuding with Edge at WrestleMania. There's a lot of losses. There's a lot of losses recently for Randy, isn't there? Now, does the match look to be surrounded by fire? Right, it's a legit Inferno match. There you go. Wow. So there is no pinfalls, no submissions, no countouts, no disqualification. The only way to win is to light any of your opponent on fire. So it's a legit Inferno match. Wow. Now I don't know if the ring is going to be surrounded by fire. It didn't look like that was the apparatus for it. Maybe they've set up a different configuration for it. But it is what we thought. It's not what I thought. I thought that we were going to have a match where we wouldn't see people set on fire. I didn't think they were going to do that in WWE in 2020, PG and all that kind of stuff. But legitimately, this is a legit Inferno match. This is, I guess, the first ever Inferno match. Well, it's going back to the first Inferno match, rather, or the first Inferno match since 2006 at Armageddon. So here we go. It's going to the only way to win is to light any part of your opponent on fire. So they're really going for. Man, I don't know about you. I'm just getting so tired of when I see certain journalists. I don't even want to say their name. All they have done for this pay-per-view is just poo-poo on certain aspects of the show. It's been a great show. It has been a great show. So frustrating, so annoying. You see these people just poo-pooing all over the show. That's all they tweet. Get over it. It's been a good show. I've enjoyed this show. I'm not a huge WWE mark either. I'm not. And I'm not one of those people that's just a huge mark for other company. I'm not. That's not my deal. Just when I see these people like this, I said that certain journalist, it just always, everything comes up, oh, we're not doing this properly. That was a fitting story. That was a fitting ending to the Lana storyline. Or, oh, Michael Cole said this was a spine buster through the table and it wasn't. Okay. We get it. You don't like WWE. You like AEW. Honestly. Todd says stay off Twitter. To be honest, I do. This is the social media I like. I like the YouTube. I like the community we have here. I like posting on the community tab here. Randy Orton's doing his pose. Got the Randy Orton classic pyro. Randy Orton. It's interesting that that's the attire he's wearing. You would think that the reason he's probably wearing that attire is specifically to be set on fire. Because I suppose if he came out in his regular, tights and all that kind of stuff, it's difficult to set someone in just trunks on fire. So I would guess that would be why. So Randy Orton looks like he's going to be set on fire tonight. Here comes Bray Wyatt, though. Well, not Bray Wyatt, specifically the Fiend. Things are about to get interesting because here comes the Fiend. Fiend is about to make his entrance. The Fiend's entrance in the ThunderDome is just so good, isn't it? It really is just so good. I'm surprised this is a legit Inferno match, to be honest. No Alexa Bliss though. It looks like Alexa Bliss is still on vacation. She is still. She's obviously she said that she was still in. She was on vacation. Obviously, she was filming in California as well. She's filming a program in California. So it looks like Randy Orton. He looks absolutely terrified. Why wouldn't he be? To be honest, quite frankly, why wouldn't he be? Look at that arena. You can't criticize WWE's production value. Their production value really is top notch. It's absolutely sensational. Looks like Randy Orton's excited to see the Fiend though, which it's an interesting dynamic that they've got going on here with Randy Orton and the Fiend. And like I said, it looks very obvious to me with the attire that Randy Orton is wearing that he is going to be set on fire. I would think, because you don't wear just randomly change attire into this hoodie and all this kind of stuff. Todd0864 with the super chat, with the $4.99 super chat. Thank you for doing what you do. These pay-per-views will not be entertaining watching by myself. Well, I really appreciate that, Todd. I really enjoy doing these watch-alongs. Really appreciate you donating to the channel there. Super chats, of course, are open. Any donations to the channel, anything, contribution to that are much, much appreciated. So really appreciate that, Todd. Really appreciate that in these difficult times. I know it's not easy in these difficult times to be donating to the channel, but really appreciate that. Thank you very much. Hope you guys enjoy these watch-alongs. I love doing these watch-alongs for pay-per-views. We're going to be doing a lot more in 2021. We're going to be doing them for, obviously, all the pay-per-views, all the Impact pay-per-views. We've got Hard to Kill coming up in January, Genesis as well. We're going to be doing some AEW when they do pay-per-views as well. We'll be doing watch-alongs for that as well. Potentially some TV specials too, but probably stick it to the pay-per-views for now. But really appreciate that, Todd. Thank you very much. Jay Klein says 5 days away from Christmas. Exciting, right? I know Christmas everywhere in the UK has kind of been cancelled, unfortunately. But well, I say cancelled. If depending on where you live in the UK, it's kind of been cancelled, which is a shame. But Bray Wyatt's in the ring. Bray Wyatt's in the ring. We're just about to have this main event. Randy Orton versus The Fiend. FireFly Inferno match. Legitimately is an Inferno match. Now, I can't really see at the moment, but the ring doesn't look to be surrounded by fire. But there are these sort of poles up that I guess are going to have a sort of fire surrounding the ring, but not on the apron as they've done before. So this is why obviously the match is the main event, because it's quite difficult, I suppose, to light someone on fire and then move on to a different match. It's kind of a show closer, isn't it? It's kind of a show closer. Here we go, Bray Wyatt. As one of Bray Wyatt's contacts fall out. I think it has. I don't know if it's even more scary. Yeah, it looks like one of Bray Wyatt's contacts has come out of his eye, which is even more terrifying. Here we go, Bray Wyatt, the Fiend, is facing off with Randy Orton. Such a great look. Such a great look. Todd says, I'm in the US, but I'm not spending Christmas with the family this year. Small sacrifices. Absolutely. Absolutely. It's going to be a tough one this year, but like you said, you've got to do what you got to do, unfortunately. For the greater good. And a right hand by Randy Orton, and it's no reaction from the Fiend whatsoever. The Fiend is just laughing at that right hand by Randy Orton. We might have another one. I'm yet to see the fire, by the way. So how are you going to set your opponent on fire? Is there a lot of gasoline at ringside? What's going on? Kick to the gut of the Fiend, who also laughs. He sticks his tongue out. When his tongue pops out of that mask, it is quite funny. Randy Orton is going to just sock the Fiend with the right hand. Oh, Randy Orton went for an RKO, though, that time. The Fiend had enough and a right hand. Here we go. The Fiend is just teeing off of Randy Orton at this point. Headbutt. And more headbutts. And the Fiend is laughing maniacally. And a big right hand to the throat of Randy Orton, to the jaw. Again, yet to see the fire involved this one. I like the visual of the fire surrounding the ring. That's not what we're getting here. So the way to win is by setting your opponent on fire, but we're yet to see the fire where this would come from. This is going to be unique to say the least. It says this is a cinematic match. No, it's not. Todd said it's Bray bleeding already. It's the makeup. It's running from his face. And a drop kick by Randy Orton to the face. Oh, a thrust to the throat of Randy Orton there. And he's just dragging the face and head of Randy Orton across the top rope. Classic old school pro wrestling maneuver there by the Fiend there. Classic heel. Even though he's the babyface in this situation, of course. Bray's going to whip Randy off the ropes. Going to go for a clothesline. Oh, ducked under. Here we go. Flying crossbody. Classic Bray Wyatt. The Fiend hasn't even taken his jacket off yet. He's going to go for a Sister Abigail. Orton's fighting around though. He's going to go for a backbreaker. Well, he went for a backbreaker and Bray Wyatt kind of fell over the back of Orton there. I'm still very confused that this is the FireFly Inferno match where the aim is to, Sister Abigail, bang. This is a FireFly Inferno match where the only way to win is to set your opponent on fire. But, there's the fire. Oh my God. I said I couldn't see much fire. There it is. So I was right. Those poles are flammable. So that's the fire. That's the Inferno. Right, that looks better. That feels a lot more Inferno-like. I was going to say, for a FireFly Inferno match, or for an Inferno match, there's not much fire going on. There's more fire going on behind me right now. But there's the fire. The fire is surrounding, not the ring, but the fire is actually in behind the barricade. So the entire Thunderdome now is sort of surrounded in fire. Behind the barricade, there is fire everywhere. There is sticks and poles of fire. The heat just got turned up big time. Now, it looks to me Randy Orton's going to be set on fire tonight. I mean, what's more festive? Was it chestnuts over an open fire? A legend killer over an open fire. A viper over an open fire. The perfect way to spend the holidays. And a clothesline. Oh. The Fiend just clotheslined Randy Orton on the outside and fire just popped up everywhere. And what has Bray Wyatt got now? What is that? Is that that leather strap? Oh. The Fiend's still got his jacket on. I mean, it's going to get toasty in there. You probably want to take it off. Oh, and another leather strap to the back. The Fiend is just, whipping Randy Orton at this point. He's got another one. It's a leather one, but I think it's got metal on the end of it. It's a leather strap with a metal end. That's going to be even more brutal. Oh my God. Oh, he set it on fire. It wasn't metal. It was flammable stuff. The Fiend is going to go for it. Oh, my God. This is crazy. This is insane. I mean, this is an Inferno match, but not like we've seen before, because they can brawl on the outside. With the other Inferno matches in the past, it was surrounded the ring. You were limited to the ring. This is completely different at this point. Yes, I know in the past, The Undertaker actually dived out over the ring, and we had some brawling on the outside, but this is kind of like, the Fiend has got like a pickaxe. Oh my God. The Fiend just nearly tried to attack Randy Orton with a pickaxe. This is getting insanity. I think the Fiend is stuck to something. Well, Sister Abigail's rocking chair, I don't know if you could see that. That's there as well. I've just noticed that. That might get set on fire. But this isn't really like an Inferno match that we've seen before. Previously it was surrounding the ring. Now it's surrounding the barricade, so it's around the whole arena. So there's a bit more room to maneuver. It's probably easier to perform for the athletes because it's not so hot. And safer. Still someone's going to be set on fire here. Oh, there it is. There's the rocking chair. There's Sister Abigail's rocking chair. The Bray Wyatt rocking chair from his past, and the Fiend is going to set it on fire. He's pouring gasoline all over it. Get ready for the commentator. Oh, you can smell it. And the Fiend has poured gasoline all over the... The Fiend is poured gasoline all over the chair. He's poured it all over the mat as well. My God. Jay Klein said, I just subscribe. Appreciate that. If you want to join Jay, you can do that by subscribing. Bottom right hand corner. Really appreciate everyone that's subscribed to us recently. Post daily wrestling videos. Dominic Singh says, because of you, my morning is going good. Appreciate that, Dominic. Oh, the Fiend. Look at that shot. That evil look by the Fiend. What a camera shot that was. Oh my God, Randy Orton is sat in the chair that has been doused with gasoline. The Fiend is going to try and set fire to Randy Orton in the chair. Oh my God. Randy Orton's got to get out of the chair. Oh my God. But the Randy Orton... I mean, is that blood on the chair? The rocking chair is now engulfed in flame. I mean, this was obviously shot beforehand, I think. This was obviously shot beforehand. This isn't live at this point, I don't think. Because the way they shot that, the way they panned and did camera cuts, that's obviously very different. My God, though. I mean, it's cool. I mean, I'm into it. I like it. Oh, Randy Orton just hit... Was it Bray Wyatt? What is that? Is that 2x4? Is it an axe handle? An axe handle. Now Randy Orton's going to try and hit the Fiend with some steel steps. This match is insanity right now. He's just hit the Fiend and fire's shooting up all over the place. Bray Wyatt a minute ago just tried to set fire to Randy Orton by pouring gasoline over a rocking chair and putting Randy Orton in it. This is madness. I mean, some people might find this silly and stupid. I'm not against it at the moment. I think it's a lot of fun. I think it's fun. I might be in the minority. I don't know. But here we go. Randy Orton's got a steel chain and I think he's trying to choke the Fiend now. Yeah, looks like he's trying to choke the Fiend. Be careful. WWE will fire you for that. Just ask Daniel Bryan. Oh, he's trying to push his face into the fire. This ain't PG. He's trying to burn Bray Wyatt's face. Oh. There's no way this is live. This has to be taped at this point. I know they'll say live in the top corner, but this has got to be taped because just health and safety, right? Because there's no way. There's no way they do a stunt of, Randy Orton being in a chair. By the way, you can see in the ThunderDome, Uranagi by the Fiend in the ring. In the ThunderDome, you can see the virtual fans. There's like little kids in the background watching two men try and set each other on fire. See? This is ratings for Raw. Set some people on fire. Todd0864 says, this is great. I agree. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. I know some people think it's corny or whatever. I think it's great. I think it's unique. It's a spectacle. Should it be the main event? The thing is, this is going to be the conversation I think that people would have had backstage is how do you top someone being set on fire? You can't. How do you top that? The axe handle is once again been caught. It looks to me the axe handle is going to be set on fire. I think it looks like it's got that material. There you go. You notice that red stuff? That's what they've been using. It's like wax. It looked like blood. When say whatever has that red stuff on it is going to be set on fire. Oh. Randy Orton is draping DDT from the apron to the floor. Randy Orton looks terrified and confused by the whole situation. I don't blame him. Thank God that they don't have the Fiend's red light of doom. If they'd have done this with the whole red light of doom, I would have hated it. But this is great. Orton looks to be setting up for an RKO or something. Oh, he went for an RKO. The Fiend's count is in the mandible claw. The mandible claw's it's locked in. Oh, the Fiend, he's walking him backwards. He's going to try and set him on fire. This is going to be it. Oh, Randy Orton countered. He's going to set the Fiend on fire. The Fiend's on fire. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. The Fiend's on fire. His whole back's on fire. Oh, my God. That's why his jacket kept it on, because his jacket's on fire. Randy Orton just hit... Oh, my God. He hit Randy Orton. Randy Orton did the Fiend with an RKO, and he's on fire. I mean, Randy Orton won. What is going on? The Fiend just got burnt alive. Holy cow. That was insane. The Fiend's back just got caught up in flames, and then he RKO'd the man on fire. I mean, he won the match. The Fiend's burnt to a crisp in the ring. What's going on? I mean, I'm assuming that was a stuntman. If that's not, Bray Wyatt just literally got burnt alive for the company. Oh my God. He's trying to kick him. I mean, I don't know if he's alive either, Randy. He's rolling Bray Wyatt over, the Fiend over. I mean, technically the Fiend just lost his second match. He lost to Goldberg, and then he just lost to Randy Orton because he was set on fire. Randy Orton looks conflicted. He looks horrified that he just set someone on fire. And now he likes it. I think he's happy now. I mean, what is going on? I mean, again, we know why the Fiend kept his jacket on. I kept mentioning why he kept his jacket on. I was surprised that Randy Orton's going to try and set the Fiend on fire even more. And he's about to get even crazier. I mean, to be fair, that spot, that stunt on Bray Wyatt was unbelievable. What is going on? I mean, Orton's going to go for it again. Orton's got gasoline in his hand. He's going to pour it on. He's just going to pour it on Bray Wyatt again. This is insane. This is insane. Randy Orton looked horrified a second ago, and now he wants to commit murder and arson all at the same time. He's pouring it all over the Fiend. He's pouring it all over the Fiend. Maybe this is what USA Network meant, but it's happening on pay-per-view because Randy Orton is attempting to burn him alive. He is dousing a human being in gasoline at this point. This isn't like before when he's burning him in a casket. Randy Orton is bathing the Fiend in gasoline. No way will they do it. No way. If he does it, I think they'll fade to black and then turn the lights back on and the Fiend isn't there. That's the only thing I can think of. WWE is PG and they have burnt a man alive once to win the match, and they're going to do it again in premeditated fashion to close it. This is insane. No way. I mean, I'm riveted. This is craziness. I don't care if it's out of the realm of possibility. I don't care if you've got commentators saying don't burn the man alive. Samoa Joe's losing his mind. What is going on? Is he going to do it? Is he going to do it? What is going on? He did it. It's obviously a dummy. It's a dummy. It's obviously a dummy, but Randy Orton just burnt the Fiend alive. Oh my God. What a horrifying visual. Oh my God. I mean, obviously, like I said, it's a dummy of the Fiend. Jeez. Man, it's tough to watch, even with a dummy. Oh my God. It's obviously a dummy, but jeez. And that's the end of the pay-per-view. Oh my God. What did you guys think of that? Bray Wyatt just got set on fire. Oh my God. I mean, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. It's so crazy. It's so outrageous. I mean, I think I kind of like it. Oh my gosh. He just got set on fire. He just got set on fire. Oh my god. That was craziness. Well, we know why it's the main event. I mean, how you kill someone in the main event. So I suppose, I mean, jeez. Oh, I mean, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. I'm flabbergasted. I am absolutely flabbergasted. It was obviously a dummy. It was obviously, it was obviously a dummy. It wasn't. Bray Wyatt's alive. For you that are worried out there, but nevertheless, ooh, oh my god, I can't believe what we've just seen. I can't believe what we've just seen. Right now, Bray Wyatt lost the match because his back was set on fire. That was cool enough. But then, after the match, Randy Orton just, I mean, bathed the Fiend in gasoline and set him on fire. So, I mean, I don't know what to say. You just killed someone. Oh my gosh. Well, I'm going to have to try and think about that. That was crazy. Let me know your guys' thoughts in the comment section in the live chat. If you have enjoyed this stream, be sure to smash a like on the like button. We'll be doing more in the future. If you are new to Wrestling News 365, be sure to subscribe, bottom right hand corner. We do daily videos here on the channel, daily news, talk about WWE, AEW, Impact Wrestling, all that fun stuff. We'll be talking about this tomorrow here on the channel, so be sure to subscribe. Bottom right hand corner, you won't miss a single thing. We'll be doing watch alongs like this in the future as well. So thank you everyone for tuning in. Hope you've enjoyed it tonight. Hope you've enjoyed TLC. Thank you very much for watching, listening, streaming, or however you come across this video today. And I'll